Nice and simple live stream. All right, I'm sure there's a bunch of people just off enjoying their weekends. We'll see how well this goes. Oh yeah, where's the boot? Where is the fuzzy boot? There's the fuzzy boot. There we go. Wait, it still smells like vinegar. That's fine. The beer will cover it. That's a lot of head. It is what it is. It'll die down. Hello, Trouble. How you doing, Danny? Hi, Sue and Kate. How are you? There you are. Hello from South Louisiana. Hello from an undisclosed location in my van. Hey, Jackie Lucky Angel. How you doing, Naomi? How are you? Nancy Shad and Radio Man are here as well. Hello, hello. Lone Wolf. Lovely to see you. I'm drinking beer out of a boot. Thanks, Bruce. The boot has hair on it. So we're going to give this a shot. This was gifted to me from Bruce Van Life Jr. Obsessed with the boot. Hi, Tamara. How are you? James, how are you? Hello, Amber. IR1 Fool. Cheers to you. Lisa Olin. Hello to me, Penny, and Stella, and B. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sean S., how you doing? Happy Friday and start to your Memorial Day weekend, sir. Kathy O'Flanagan. Hello from Brooklyn. Hello, Kathy O'Flanagan. Your last name's a joy to say. Fran Canino, always happy to watch your videos. Greetings from Louisiana. Thank you, Fran. That's very kind of you to say. What else we got here? The Nomadic Post. Good evening to you as well. Who did I miss here? Matt Brown from Michigan. How you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Dean, how you doing? Dean Beauregard. Very fancy. Fancy AF, as the kids would say. Maxine Mass, hello, hello, how are you? Danny Crockett says, where are you now? I'm in my van, Danny, where are you? Rocio, hello, hello, hello. God's Kid, hello, Nat and Cat. I think you meant Matt and Cat, but that's fine. I won't hold it against you. Is your Memorial Weekend different from Ontario? I don't even think we have Memorial Day in Canada. We just get May Long, or as people out east call it, May 2-4. It's Memorial Day weekend in the States, though. Nice hairy boot. That's what, if I had a nickel, card cast, if I had a nickel. Hello to you. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. Sparky, what's going on? Nice to see you here, my man. All my prayers to you, sir. You're going to get through exactly what you're going through in the way you were meant to. You've got all my blessings, sir. Everybody who is here, if you could send Sparky some positive thoughts and prayers in chat, I would greatly appreciate it. He's a great pillar of this community, and he's going through a bit of a effed up time right now, let's put it that way. So I would appreciate that. Showing him some love in the chat. I am drinking Nova Scotia Bro. Spoilers for an upcoming entry of the vlog. I am drinking Tail Whip Lager from Mount Begbie. I would normally be repping their hats, but it's on a hook. Tonight I rep myself, but backwards, so you won't be able to see it. So we're totally defeating the purpose here. Dean, how you doing? Hello from Boston. Hello back to you. Oh, there's Sharon with an E. Hello, hello, my dear. I saw your message, darling. I'm sorry I didn't respond to you on Patreon yet. Thank you so very much. I will send you a message, when I'm not partaking. But I hope you're having a good Friday, Sharon. Oh, but yeah, so for those who have just joined us, I am drinking. This is different from normal. How? Shut up, Kevin. Because it's in a boot. That's how it's different. Summertime, basically. Yeah, it's nice to have the beer back in the mix. But yeah, so for those that don't know, Bruce Van Life Jr. Actually, I'm going to hang on a second. I'm going to do something here I don't normally do. Oh, what happened? I just opened up a new window. Nonsense. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. Bear with me. If you're just joining us, I'm not normally this rude. I'm usually trying to say hello to everybody. But I digress. Where is the bloody... I don't know. How do I do this? I just do this. Haha. I can figure things out. I'm an old man, but I've been on a computer longer than most people. So I'm going to pin this comment at the top. So pin it. There we go. It's that pinned comment that's at the top of the chat now, everybody. That is Bruce Van Life Jr.'s channel. He's a fellow Calgarian living out of a van, being a crazy guy, doing donuts in his van and dirt biking and all that other stupid shit that I wouldn't dare do because I'm old and busted. But he sent me this fancy boot. I'm assuming it's from Oktoberfest because it's from Germany and it's got a hairy hat on it. So thank you very much, Bruce. That's who this is from. This will be the only live stream I suck back beer out of this boot. David's Island, you're not wrong, sir. David's Island is a very smart man, very wise man, and I appreciate you, sir. Hello, Adina. Welcome to the live chat. I hope you're having a good start to your Memorial Day long weekend. Joan says, happy Memorial Day, everyone, from Minnesota. Down in Minnesota. That's nice. Oh, yeah, Minnesota. That's where from. Yeah. Please don't forget to stay. Thank you to all veterans and their families. Say thank you to all veterans and their families. Oh, love the boot. I'll send it to you, Sharon, if you want it afterwards. You could put it on your mantle. Maybe your mom would like it. I don't know. CFQC, hello, hello. Happy Friday to you as well. Lisa says, can I ask how old are you? Sorry I ask. You don't have to apologize. I don't mind. It's a good start to it. That's a trivia question. In chat, how old is this guy? Amber, you can't guess. Nancy Shad, hello, hello. I feel like I did say hi to you earlier, but I might have missed you. Darling, I hope you're doing well. The 38s have it. The 38s have it. Yes, I'm 38, Lisa. I will be 39 later this year. Central Illinois in the house. Hello, Martin. 44. Whoever said Bruce Hardy, shut up. No, I'm not, Amber. Amber's way off. Traveling with Special Ability says, happy Memorial Day weekend and Canada Day. We're a long way away from Canada Day, sir, but I still appreciate that. Wow, you don't look that old. Thanks, Lisa. I'll look even younger once I get rid of this face muff. I'm okay with it. Daniel Ellington, hello, hello. Josh from middle of Georgia is here. The dead bloody center, I bet. How are you? How are you? Karen Shields says, in Bruce's latest video, there's a peek of Mark the Paint Guy. So I'm assuming he's in Calgary or at least passing through. Yeah, I believe Mark is in town. He reached out to me. He's here for a month or so. We're doing some work and whatnot. No, leave it. You look good. It's very hot, Lisa. I don't mean like that. It's warm. We shall see. Whatever you want to celebrate then. Fun fact, we had our long weekend, Victoria Day. Last weekend, our Monday was the holiday. You know, we like to party. We just like to party a little bit earlier than you lovely people south of the border. We do May long weekend, then you have Memorial Day. We do Canada Day, then you have Independence Day. We just beat you to the punch. It's fine. We just get the party started, then you join a little bit later. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Beaver says 35. I'll take it. Marconian, hello. Nikki, hello to you as well. How's the sciatica going? You know, Daniel, it's going. I'm doing my best to keep any sort of pressure off of it or anything like that. It's just, if I'm not careful, it flares right the F up. And I don't like that. So I tend to avoid things that cause it to do that. Elizabeth Ruth is in the house. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you, darling? Victoria Baker, happy Friday to you as well. More Dixons coming to my house. Like Dale's got a problem. We probably need an intervention. Who am I to talk? Congratulations, Like Dale. Which ones did you pick up? I'm 24 and I already feel old as dirt. Justin, you're probably doing something wrong, but also I know exactly how you feel. When I was in high school, I felt like I was 40. Not physically, mentally and emotionally. Old Van Gal says, Matthew, hello there. How's it going? Going pretty good. How are you doing, old Van Gal? Tim Wolford, the hardest part of the week is 5 after the weekend. The hardest part of the week is 5 after the weekend. You mean the 5 days that come after the weekend? Hi, Sean Douglas. How you doing, sir? Jared asks, did you see the movie The Humans? I have not. I never even heard of that movie. Gary says, hit the like button. That's a very good point, Gary. Thank you so much. If you're watching along and you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. All that exposure definitely helps the channel out, and I would greatly appreciate it. My youngest daughter is 29. Well, you survived the toughest years then, right? Or so I'm told. Too many to list, says Dale. Canadian Nate says, heat wave in Winnipeg and good evening. It's a heat wave out there. It's pretty warm here too, but heat wave in, oh man, you didn't already. We just started. At least she's getting out of the way early. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Cat Dookie coming in. You suck. What did you eat? How does this happen? You eat the same thing every day. Woo! Some people's kids. Yikes. Apologies to those that don't like Cat Dookie. It's just part of van life when you live with two cats. Just how warm it is here. Wow. Cat bio break. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Oh, Matthew on Poop Patrol. Freaking always, Justin. Oh, Van Gal is relaxing in her mom's backyard, thinking about the weekend's to-dos and watching me. Thank you. Let me dispose of this. Yuck. Okay. Oh, Lisa's just a baby. Her oldest is 22 and her youngest is 7. You got a haul ahead of you, girl. Jesse Big Plume. Memorial Day, eh? Yes, sir. What have you been playing for games on your Switch? The only game I've been slogging my way through is that new Legend of Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. That's as of late. I've been quite busy doing other things. So when I have the time and I pick that Switch up, that's what I play because it was expensive, but I'm not that impressed with it. I got to go do laundry. Me doing cat poop reminds you got to go do laundry. That's all right. Well, whatever you need. Carrie Ann Kemp says, question. Can you describe the symptoms that you get down your legs from your back pain? Think I have the same thing. It's debilitating. I mean, it's only there's one vlog of mine when I was first starting to feel the effects. And at the very end of the video, I decided to leave the camera rolling and I was in excruciating immobile pain, like just this stabbing intensity right in my like glute area and my thigh area. And I had to go into the most awkward position in the driver's seat and just kind of prop myself up on my elbow and just wait it out. But it really, it happens top of the leg all the way down to the leg. And at that time, the entire left side of my foot, like my pinky toe and the entire side of the foot there where the pinky sort of runs into, was numb. I had no feeling in it at all. So I still get the discomfort pain, especially when the doctors, press on certain parts, son of a bee. But the numbness has gone away, thank God. I didn't really notice when, because I had it for so long. I was kind of one day I was like, wait a second, I didn't have feeling in my toe. Oh, damn, I got feeling in my toe. So that's cool. That was kind of the first sign that things were getting a little bit better, right? Funky shirt. Thanks, Van Vita Travels. It's called the Aloha Arms. It's a total me shirt. It's got hula girls on it, so Hawaii, and then they're ready to go. Hey, WF, good evening to you. What you wearing this evening? This is as I just said. So hopefully you heard that. Have I thought about epidural shots? Helps me so much with my sciatica. I actually had an issue years ago, and I was getting, not epidurals, but I was getting cortisone shots. And they did work for a bit, but as I was told, I would see diminishing returns, and I did. So those have not been suggested to me for this specific issue with my disc. So I don't know that I do it anyway. My mom just recently got a cortisone shot for her shoulder. It lasted for less than a day and her pain was back. It's so hit and miss depending on the person, right? Shannon, thank you so much. Just stopping by to say hi. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you, Shannon. It's very kind of you. Braden Deans, good evening to you as well, sir. Feel old, but don't look like it. People ask for ID. Well, there you go. Obviously bogus. Hello from New Mexico. Hello to you, sir. Sorry if I missed some people coming in there. I was telling stories and flapping my gums as I do. Elizabeth Rue says, they just found in the MRI that I have a fractured vertebrae and several arthritis in the base of my back that's causing the problem. Feels like a rod. Lovely. Right? Getting old sucks. Our bodies betray us. And even if we're not that old, our bodies can bloody betray us. It's crazy. I wish you the best of luck, Elizabeth Ruth. Fast recovery and the solution of that uncomfortable sounding situation. Hello, everyone. Hopefully I can stay connected for a bit. Donna's Road Trips. Hello and welcome to the live chat. Alberta and Stella popped in. I saw somebody else saying hi to them. Sorry I didn't see you come in. Hello. I'm going to ask my doctor about getting a nerve blocker for my spinal stenosis and the pain. There you go. Let me know how that goes for you. Yeah, I keep getting there's so many conflicting reports about surgery. Like I'm just listening to what my doctors are telling me. I'm just going through the process of what I'm supposed to go through. So we will see. Everything that I've understood so far is that this surgery that I would be required to get is very basic, very simple, and you could potentially be up and fine the next day. So I don't know. There's always risks involved, but I've also, in my family, there have been great successes with back surgery. So we will see. Tell us about your locket. What locket? I don't have a locket. Have a locket? Also, hello, Davina, but I don't know what locket you speak of. Yeah, Memorial Day sale on right now, yeah. Oh, I did see that on Dixon. Yeah, I'm full up. I definitely don't need any. I mean, I looked, but there was nothing that I was just like, I must have this now. Hello. Mine lasts about 5 months. They want to shave part of the herniated disc off. That's pinching the nerve. No thanks. Hope you find the solution that works for you. Thanks, Sammy. I appreciate that. Carol Henderson, Matt, I'm getting a kitten in a month. It's a baby, 4 weeks now. Oh boy, you sound excited. I can tell from how emphatically you were typing. That's cool. Kittens are a lot of fun for sure. So congratulations. That will be a good time for you. Just Cameron in his Jeep. I hate being late. Hi. Francisco is here. I didn't see you come in, sir. I thought for sure your ego would just knock all the walls down. Didn't happen though. Thank you, Daryl. I hope it works out as well. Hi, it's Christine from Arkansas. I got my YouTube handle. There you go. Overlanding Curiosity. Welcome to the live chat. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. There is Aussie Jack. Upside Jackie is in the house. What you having for breakfast, girl? Oh, Katie Did is here as well. Just dropping by to say hi to everyone visiting with my family this week. So love you all. Squeeze Penny for me. She's up there. I'll squeeze her later for you. I know. Stella's just she's got to fill the tank up, you see, because she just emptied it everywhere. Oh, no, that was water. She's drinking water. I am moving on June 1st. For some reason, I'm getting terrible anxiety attacks. Where are you moving to? We're supposed to hit 34 degrees Celsius next week. Not looking forward to it, says Danny. Yeah, that's some unbearable heat, let me tell you. Elaine, Azamine, hello to you. My computer case is falling off at the back here. What's going on? There we go. For those that are just joining us, at the top of the chat, I've got a link pinned to a fellow Van Lifer's YouTube channel, Bruce Van Life Jr. He sent me this very stylish boot with a hairy hat on the top, which I am enjoying my bevies from this evening. If you're not subscribed to him, I would go give him a subscribe, follow along on his crazy journey. He's doing all sorts of nutty stuff over there, like doing donuts in his van and nonsense like that. He's young and dumb. He can do whatever he wants still. Hello from Linwood, Illinois. Hello, Mitzi. Nice to see ya. So, happy Friday. Thank George. It's over. Some success. Too much chaos. My manager fully supports my trailer hunt. Yeah, Stella. Hey. You've got scratching posts for that. Like, seriously. Are you kidding me right now? Really? Nonsense. Yeah, thanks, Nikki. It's very beautiful. I got beer in your boot. I got a snake in my boot. Shut up, Woody. Did the cactus scratching post work out? No, because it's buried in between the bed and the diesel heater place right now, Rocio. Well, as Rocio knows from my Patreon, there is so much stuff in my van right now. I can barely move around. I'm telling you guys, it always sounds like a little bit of a shtick when I'm doing product reviews and whatnot. I am not looking to make money off of this stuff, though. I really am not. Every time somebody reaches out to me, if I say yes to these companies, it's because I think it might benefit my life. And I hope that people out there might be able to save a little bit of money off these expensive products. But man, I'm in a position right now where I'm like, I'm never going to say yes again. That's a bold-faced lie, but that's how I'm feeling at this particular moment. There's very little room in here. Between all of that and the Instant Pot and a toaster, Lisa, rein your husband in. Also, thank you very much. Give me 1 second, everybody. I am using the EcoFlow Wave 2 right now to cool the van off, and my exhaust hose fell off. How embarrassing. Get up there, you sucker. Stay up there, you piece of work. Yeah, there we go. To be fair, the hose didn't fall off the unit. It just fell out of the ceiling fan where I have it exhausting. Which, let me tell you, if you watched my review of that thing, it works much better when you got the hose attached and force the air outside, as opposed to just filling the front of the van with it. Spoilers. Shocking, I know. Howdy, Matt. Love the boot. You're all right, my man, from down in Missouri. Thank you very much, old guy. I like being called all right by old men. That... Moving right along. Hi, Danny. How are you? Time for a high top to add an attic for extra storage. I'm actually really excited because pretty soon, like end of next week, I get to meet Sarah Rose and Rocio in person in my favorite place on earth. So that's really cool. I'm very much looking forward to that. There was a time where Rocio and I were supposed to be crossing paths here in Calgary, but scheduling just did not work out. But now it turns out that it might in a different place, and that's pretty dope. Das Boot! Someone provided the replacement for when you lose the cribbage cup this year, which is going to happen. This is Lindsay's year for crib for sure, but I don't know that this is staying. It's novelty for sure, but yikes. Oh, so hi, Lindsay. Danny Guardhouse, hello from Toronto. Right back at you, Danny. I hope you're having a good Friday night. Kathy says hello to me, Penny and Stella. We all say hello right back to you, my dear. Holy poop, you're on. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Sarah Rose. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Thank you, Leopard Girl. I quite enjoy this one myself. It's the I like Hawaiian women and don't mess with me look. How are you? Brush the beard? Yeah, you're telling me. It's out of control right now. It needs to be like shaped. Wait, hang on. Do I have I used to have, yeah. There we go. All right, now we're talking. Let's go. Vicky Diamond. Hello, darling. How are you? This smells like, I don't know what that is. Okay, well. Just Cameron in his Jeep says, I'm actually hyped on doing a full EcoFlow heat air battery thing in the trailer. Induction cooktop. I mean, if I'm going to commit to financing. There you go. I know somebody who has a link where you can get a little bit of a discount. I'm just saying. Thank you, Trey. This is not working for Poopy. No, it's not the cat brush, Susan. Gorilla says, I like Hawaiian too. If you've been around my channel for a long time, you know that I had a whole schmack of Hawaiian shirts. I kept a few, but Dixon started coming out with party shirts. Or, well, they were, I guess, probably always coming out with them, but there have been a couple that I just had to have. So the collection has grown again. And it is what it is. Who's sitting in Brooklyn's seat? Who do you think's sitting in Brooklyn's seat? Tubers! Here she is. Penny! 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 Hello, how are you? I know, there's also a box in her seat because Well, you'll see. Still living. Hello. Welcome to the live chat. I missed the orange one. I've got a new orange one, Jackie. Did you not see it? That one's called the Anejo. That orange one. That one I was wearing in the the last vlog where I was driving into mom and dad's house, I believe it was. At the beginning, I was wearing an orange one. It's basically the same thing. Just calm down. Not even a sweet. No, she's probably mad at me because there's a giant box in her seat. Red glowing eyes. You're probably, hi, Matt. Did your kiddo ever come into the vlogs, or is she kept out of sight for privacy reasons? Yes, that's exactly 100% why. Hearing her is enough. When she's old enough to decide that, okay, I want to be in your videos, Dad, and I agree that she's also old enough to appear in them, then maybe we will see. But for now, Angie, well, hey, didn't know you were live. Glad I hopped on. I'm glad you hopped on as well, Angie. How are you? Happy Friday. I love the orange tequila shirt. Yeah, it's a fun one. No live last week. Yukon, there's a live right now. You're in it. All right, calm down. Good afternoon, my friend. Just started following you. Thanks for great content. I appreciate that. Van Life New England. We quit. What? That's quite the name. Welcome to the live chat. Just awesome player one Mario shirts at the end of the season. Yes, she's got it. In it to win it. Oh, thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. No, Debbie, he's working. And like as an example, it'll probably happen again tonight, but he worked from 4:30 until 5:30 in the morning. 4:30 p.m. till 5:30 a.m. basically. So I don't think that will be happening. Vicky Diamond says, are you in BC? I don't know. Maybe. I could be. I might be in Saskatchewan. Maybe the Yukon. We'll never know. Stella's back. The story on the Stein. Oh, Angie. It came. Bruce Van Life Jr. gifted it to me. he wanted to meet up, and actually Amber ended up running into him before I did, and he gave it to her, and she passed it on to me. He just said, this is for Matt. I've got this for you. I don't know why, but it's clearly an Oktoberfest boot, and it's doing a pretty good job of holding the Mount Begbie beer tonight. So, yeah. Hey, is Andrew here? What? Is Andrew here? I saw somebody say hi to Sumner. He must have popped in. There he is. Hello, sir. How are you? He isn't here. Who isn't here? Oh, I'm not in the Yukon. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I know. That is an awesome mug. You're not wrong. Tammy Barr. Hello, my dear. How are you? Rocio says, remember the days when you parked in Lindsay's driveway with shore power? Look at you now. Actually, I was never in the driveway. I was always in the back. That's where I was forced to stay. Kidding. But yes, I know. It's almost every day. Maybe I shouldn't say every day. But there's a lot of times where I absolutely do exactly that. Rocio also, hello, Red Taco. I just have to take a minute and look. I like step back and I look at Lucky and I look at like where I've come from, and it's really cool. I'm so blessed, and I'm so very thankful for everything that I've gotten and everything that's gotten me to this point. And I know a lot of people will say, well, that's because you do hard work, and I absolutely do. And I know at the beginning I was very bad at saying that. I'm like, I'm not working that hard. It's just what I like doing. Now I'm definitely working hard, and I've learned to recognize that, which I think is an important thing to do. But yeah, I'm very thankful and very much in awe of how my van life has progressed. It's nice to have seen it all sort of pay off when you assume like, oh, when I start, I'm going to do this. I'm going to minimize my life. I'm going to reduce things, and I'm going to live in a completely different way. And hopefully it will do this. And to see it start to do that and reap the benefits of it is really, really fun and really interesting. And it also fills you with a lot of hope, right? Especially when you live in a life that's not so, I guess, not fulfilling, but like plentiful. Because I know that's important to a lot of people. But I think the more you do this lifestyle, you sort of do let go of that requirement. Your personality is awesome as well. Don't forget that. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. What do you mean blessed otherwise? Funny Cam. Matt, we need to have members get together weekend for a lucky cribbage tournament. Maybe. That could be something we arrange in the future. Hello from Hill, New Hampshire, where I'm house sitting and in charge of 3 hens. Wow, you got your hands full. I also saw Jason come in. Jason Sect, hello, sir. How are you? Fruitful? Yeah, that's not a bad way to put it, Justin, I suppose. Pat yourself on the back, Matt. Oh, thank you, Carol. That's very kind of you. That's still definitely hard for me to do, the whole like, yeah, good job. But I do it in my own ways, don't worry. And I'm excited to share the fruits of my labor eventually down the line as we go progressively. Northern California here. Hello, Overland Adventure Animal. How are you? Battery is fully charged. Please disconnect from power supply. Shut up, MiFi. Don't tell me. You make it hard to stalk you when you hide your location. It's almost like I did it on purpose, Nikki. I know you say that from a place of love, darling. Bill Bletcher. I always call you Bill Belcher. That would imply you burp a lot. Your name is not Belcher. It's Bletcher. Hello, Bill. How are you? Right along. Don't pay any attention. Bernard CLP. Hello. All right. I used to drink Stella Artois a lot. I like that beer. What do you think about vans that are pre-made? Bed, bathroom lights, the upper end of a van, but not an RV, like the 80s Vanguard vans. What do I think of them? I haven't really been in them, so I'm not sure. They look cool. My concern would be the same concern I would have for any RV. Like if you watch the video where Amber and I went over to Woody's RV World and walked around that monstrosity, like it looks pretty, but it's like presentation. Could you survive a winter in that? Is it insulated properly? That's always my concern. Case in point, I don't know if it ends up in the vlog or not. I know it ended up on Patreon, but when I was leaving my parents on the last BC trip, their RV had started leaking, right? Just like, yeah, there was some rain. Well, I say there was some rain. There was a lot of rain when we were out there in BC, but the RV was leaking, and it's just like, why? Why is this thing leaking? Like, there's no reason for it to happen. Anything can leak, and then things can happen. But man, that's what I like about doing stuff. You're like building it yourself, right? And you can still do that. You could get one of those old 80s vans and tear certain things out and do it. If that's not so much what you mean, as far as the aesthetic goes, I think they look really cool. I do like that retro look of the vans. I would always just be like, yes, but how does it run? Are you back in the shitter? Unbelievable. Isn't it always raining in BC? No. I know that the island in Vancouver get that a lot, is like the rainy places. Well, maybe Vancouver a little bit more than the island, but no, where I go in the West Kootenays there, I mean, it gets its fair share of rain, but there are beautiful days there. It was just funny because that was our May long weekend when we were there, right? Van Life New England, we quit. Thank you for that super sticker. I still don't understand your name. You're like, that's it. I'm done. No more Van Life. Either way, I appreciate your super chat sticker. It's a heart, and I love it. But anyways, we were out there in BC, and there was a lot of rain. I'm really excited to share the next vlog with you guys. I say that because there was a lot of rain involved in that vlog. But normally in Alberta, and I say from my limited experience of going out on May long weekends, it actually snows here. There's always a high chance that in Alberta, especially around Calgary, you go out camping, it's going to snow on you. There was one where it dumped 2 feet of snow the May long weekend. And so it's been like last year when we escaped to BC for May long, Lindsay and Sadie and I, and we were on the boat and we were going across the lake to the beaches and walking up to the waterfall. It was beautiful. Now it was still beautiful this year, but it was rainy. Conversely, back here in Calgary, it's like 29 degrees Celsius and sunny and smoky, but still, like it was weird that it sort of worked out that way. But hey, it happens. I say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. A crummy day in BC is still better than a perfect day in Alberta. Unless you're in Banff. Georgia American is in shimmy. All right. No beer for me, just a Pop-Tart. That is vastly different, but I mean, you do you, girl. I remember snow in June when I lived in Calgary back in the day. I kind of remember that as well. I don't know if I remember snow in June, but I remember there being like a huge, like I'm like not even like 3 feet of snow. I think I was still in elementary school. I might have been in junior high. My mom had, I don't know if they exist. They probably still somewhere in a photo album. My mom has pictures of it, of us out there shoveling the snow, my dad and I. Obviously, it was like a snow day. You're not going to school. Like, it was that crazy. But it was late in May. At least in my memory, it was. So, I don't know. Any pointers for starting your first vlog? Is that what you mean? The way you phrased that. Any point for starting my first vlog? I don't know. Do you have anything to say? I think you mean pointers. Keep it simple. My first vlog, like, look at my vlogs now. Normally my vlogs are about, I found my comfort zone. Half an hour seems to work quite well. My audience, my amazing community, my subscribers, I apologize for calling you my audience. You are so much more. Please forgive me. But people seem to enjoy the half an hour. It seems to go off without a hitch, and that is my niche. But my very first van life vlog, I think it was sub 8 minutes, right? Sarah Rose probably knows. She's watched it more than anybody. But keep it simple. Just get it straight to the point. Talk about what you want to do on your channel, and don't stress yourself out about it. Also, I didn't really talk about it too much. If you watched my the van life on the road video 2 videos back, where Stella was on the rock in the thumbnail and stuff, if you watch to the end, I was talking to this gentleman at a gas station, and he was talking to me about being nervous talking in public to his phone and stuff. So I told him my story about what I did, how I went to a busy mall here in Calgary, and I sat down in the food court with my phone, and I just started yapping at my phone. I don't know if you have trouble talking to your phone or not. Lots of people do, but you have to just not care about that stuff. And that's not to say that I still don't care. But like, as an example, I've definitely gotten to the point now where I was like hanging out with Amber today. She wasn't in what I was filming at the time, but I was still just rambling like normal. That's leaps and bounds, because like Amber is still an audience member. Like she's somebody who's there watching me while I'm creating. It's different when I post the video. When I post the video, 9,000 people are going to watch it, and I don't really care. I don't really think about it. But when I'm doing it in front of 1 or 2 people live, it is a little weird. And that in and of itself is weird, don't we think? Now, I've never really thought about it that way, but it is. It's kind of ridiculous. But I also screw up a lot more in real life. So there's that. But then I also leave the bloopers in. So I don't know. Hopefully that helped. Have you ever got too much pepper on your eggs? Gary, happens all the time. Salty too. I upload more than Amber. Everybody uploads more than Amber. People that don't upload more than Amber. I'm kidding, Amber. Calm down. It's like talking to an audience makes me nervous. Oh, well, you just got to do her. Lisa is here, and she's very excited to be coming to the Patreon only meetup. That's what her 2 weeks means. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that super chat. I notice you seem more comfortable now than when you started. 100%. That just comes without, that goes without saying, I should say. Like, the more you do something, the better you get at it, no matter what it is, right? Like, when I first picked up a camera, I didn't know what I was doing. My framing was all off. I was moving the camera around. When I started photography, like still photography, I had a whole bunch of like headspace above the subject, and it wasn't centered, or, well, you should never center a photo, but that wasn't proper. Video games, right? Writing, anything else I've done. Van life. I'd like to think I've gotten just a little bit better at van life, but I appreciate hearing that you notice it, for sure. Robin, coffee or a can of beer? How sad is it that those would both go for $5 these days? Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Agent J says, I'm new here. I found you 2 weeks ago. I'm thinking of doing a minivan one, and you are awesome and funny, and I love your cats, and I'm from New York. There's a whole lot of information in one comment there. I appreciate that, Agent J. Welcome to the channel. I wish you the best of luck on your minivan build. Lots of people do it. Amber, I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a pretty big name around these parts. Happy Coffee Van Life. She started her van life in a Dodge Grand Caravan, and she actually still misses that van on certain days, depending on which way the wind is blowing. So congrats to you. I think it's very exciting at the offset. I definitely want to start a new build soon. I don't know what soon means. It doesn't mean next week. It doesn't mean next month. But I am missing that part. All of my build is here on my channel. Chapter 1, that is the majority of Chapter 1 of VanlifePLUS, back when it was called VanlifePLUS Movies, and it was my build. And I was having a great time. And I've definitely gotten to a point. I was having a conversation with Lindsay when we were on that BC trip. We went for lunch on her birthday. Also, if everybody could wish Lindsay a big old happy birthday in the chat. I can't believe I let it go this long. Lindsay turned a big 4-0, and we had a great time. She was in one of her favorite places in the world. It was very simple, and she is a rock and a pillar of this community and my personal life. And if everybody here could just send her some happy birthday wishes, that would be great. Because we did it on Patreon, we did it in real life. It was super fun, but hey, now everybody else is here, so why the heck not? Where was I going with that? We were talking on her. We went out for lunch. We were yapping, and I was talking about like what the future might hold, and my daughter getting older and whatnot, and just needing a bigger van, like a high top, a cargo trailer. I don't know what it might be, but I do want to get to that point. I think it might be cool. I was even tossing around the idea of maybe it's a truck and camper combo, right? And then and towing something behind it. I don't know what it might be, but it's definitely getting to the point where I gotta start considering that. Like I've got a few good years left, and what I mean by good years is like I don't have to worry too much about my kiddo. She's loving Lucky, she's loving the life that she has when she's with me, and that's awesome. But there will come a time where she will need a little bit of a bigger space to live her life when she's with dad and we are on the road and not staying at my cousin's house or staying in a hotel or staying with her grandparents, right? All things to consider. And I'm excited that when I consider those things, it just means more excitement for me because it might mean building something again. So I love hearing that people are going to be starting their own builds and stuff because it's such a fun time. It's like a blank canvas. It's so cool. Land Rover Defender. I have zero experience with Land Rover, but that's cool. Oh wait, that's what what's her face? I can't remember her name now. I don't follow her too much, but one of those nomadic channels. What's her name? Somebody here knows. She moved into one of those recently, didn't she? Like an old one. It's like it's her dream vehicle or something. When is my next meetup? My next meetup is my Patreon only meetup, and that's my first meetup. And depending on how it goes, it might be my last. We'll see. I'm not as extroverted as I come across. I talk about this quite frequently, but I understand not everybody watches every video or every live stream. But I do like Jennifer Aniston. Thank you, Francisco. What the? But I am a little bit more of an introvert, so I need to go slow, tip my toe in the pond. Okay, yeah, that's right, and just see, and then we'll see how I feel about meetups in the future and whatnot. We'll be gentle. In the middle of building Top Kick Ambulance. What is a Top Kick Ambulance? But that's cool. Vern said hi. What? He's not here right now. No, he's not. But hi, Vern. Roaming Reckless. That's right. Thank you, Stray Cat. I appreciate that. It was Roaming Reckless that just got herself that. I think that's what she got anyway. That's why it sounded familiar. I would think that meetups would be hard. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's probably what I think as well, Kate. Like, I don't know what really to expect. I think it's something else that's been happening a lot more lately. I have been getting recognized a little bit more frequently out and about in the real world, which is funny to say because in my mind, the stipulation of saying the real world means that I'm creating fiction, but I'm not. All I'm doing is showing reality. So, but you know what I mean when I say real world. It's like actually meeting people face to face, not just with a screen in between us. And that's been interesting. And I've been kind of taking that in stride. And honestly, every single time it's been a great experience. So that's definitely helped ease me into the idea. My buddy Chris reached out to me the other day and he's like, how are you feeling about the meetup? Nervous? And I was like, honestly, I'm looking forward to it now. Like enough time has gone by. I've had enough of these little experiences. Hi, Carol. I didn't see you come in, but hello, darling. And also Gary. Yeah, all those little meetups have definitely helped. So the meetup will be chill. Everyone will be stoked to meet at VanlifePLUS. I don't know why I said at. That is literally me. And then everyone will just hang out with everyone else. That's kind of the plan. And if I'm being honest, I've been stressing myself out about like, what do I got to do? I have to host. I have to be on. I have to we got to throw horseshoes and beanbags at something. You're screwed, Amber. I'm just kidding. But I think that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be laid back, have some drinks, camp, make some baba quay, and whatever, Yellow Brian. And the real Dave says, are you vlogging the meetup? Probably. It's been a weird back and forth. So maybe let's have a conversation now. And if you don't normally chime in on these live chats, I would appreciate it if you do right now. I feel a little bit weird about it because I get there's a bit of a divide from my Patreon community to people that just vehemently do not want to be on Patreon, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want it to seem like, oh, look what you get if you're on my Patreon, because I've thought about vlogging it for my Patreon, because there's only like a fraction of my Patreon coming, right? So I could film a vlog and just post it to Patreon, so everybody that couldn't come can see it, or I can post it on YouTube. Would everybody here, and again, there's only 255 souls, and I shouldn't say that because that's an impressive freaking number, I'm not gonna lie. But compared to the 9,000 viewership I usually get on videos, would everybody on YouTube want to see something like that, like a Patreon only vlog? Or Patreon only meetup vlog, I should say. I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want people to feel like it's icky, and this is because I overthink things. I'm gonna get another beer. All right, so most of the people say yes. NW Tattoo says, I think the questions and answers would be good on Patreon. What do you mean? What does that mean? What the questions and answers would be good on Patreon? Hello. I'll see it either way. Yes, Debbie, you will. I'm filling up my boot. Hang on. Anybody that does not want to see it cannot watch. I know, and that's a simple thing to say too. I know. This is a perfect example of me overthinking things and JRE coming in and being like, sit down, shut up, stop stressing out. I appreciate you, JRE. Let me fill my boot. Well, that was way better. The first one I poured, so much head. Unacceptable. Videography and overlanding. That's a good goal. I would love to do some overlanding later. I don't do that at all. It's my house. It's not built for that. I could very well do it in the future once I upgrade Lucky's suspension, but yeah, overlanding's really cool. All right, hang on. Doing like a vlog specifically for questions and answers, because YouTube gets pretty flooded, and people with questions would have a bit easier of a time chatting with questions and answers. NW Tattoo, are you on my Patreon? I don't recognize your name. Sorry, I apologize. No wonder I'm in a flop sweat and not thinking right. A flop sweat sounds oddly dirty. Yikes. I don't know where Lambo's not here tonight. BE, I know it's elementally correct. That's what I love. Mount Begbie's slogan: no beer, no science. No beer, no science. Or no science, no beer. It was upside down to me, so I read it backwards. Hello, Cheryl. Happy Friday to you, my dear. Mr. Red Taco says, what do you do when you leave your sticks and bricks? What happens when it comes to driver's license, registration, insurance? Since you don't have a physical address, how do you get those things? So it's a good question. I feel like I answer it a lot. And I understand not everybody is always listening to the answer. But my mailbox, my UPS mailbox, that is a physical address. And now there's more than just the UPS store, right? But as long as it's not a PO box, right? The UPS stores provide physical street addresses. Those are 100% legal in Canada. I'm sure they are in the States as well, for all of that stuff, for your license, your registration, your insurance. The UPS store has a little bit of a stipulation. You got to pay for at least a year up front, which can get a little pricey, but hey, then it's a year, and think of what you're saving, not mortgage and rent and all of that shit. But that's how you get it. It's not even about getting around it. It's just the way it is. They can absolutely be used for all of that stuff. PO boxes cannot, but mailboxes can. And that's what you got to Google. Just Google mailboxes, and then you can go to the store and ask them. But UPS so far, pretty good. Oh, Kevin got her before I could. Yeah, no worries, Red Taco. I should probably post that as a poll on Patreon. Sorry, Kevin, it might be I'm either a little behind or a little ahead. What are you what should I make a poll on Patreon of? Sorry, just clarify that for me, dude. Love your outdoor cat house. Where did you get it from? It came from Amazon. I had an incredible subscriber and an amazing Patreon supporter, one and the same. Sent it to me, but it was on my Amazon wish list a long time ago. The brand, I believe, is called Zappa. I think Zappa. Or if that doesn't work, just type in Catio, like Catio, might work. Posting a vlog on the Patreon only meetup. Oh, yeah, I guess. But it would never, yeah, I don't want, I see what you mean. All right, yeah, well, I'll deal with that later. Poor Amber. Oh, all the kitties, Stacy, Quigley, Calico Kitty, Bandit, Buffy, and Banjo all say meow. The Dipper and Gizmo. Who the hell are Dipper and Gizmo? The real Dave. Will you ever bring back the videos where you have a back and forth conversation with yourself while editing videos? Love them. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I do have a plan to conclude that series. That series was always meant to be a 5-parter, and because of my back issues, I never got around to it. Now so much time has passed. I would want to sit down and actually script it because I was having fun with that. All I can really say about it at this point is that yes, I will go back to it, but probably only once. That being said, I might make it like a movie style to conclude all of that for the people that did enjoy it, because those videos didn't do well in terms of the channel, but the people that enjoyed them, like such as yourself, really enjoyed them. So I kind of want to give you guys a little something for the wait I'm putting you through. So we could be looking at something like an hour and a half to a 2-hour conclusion for you all. Again, that's just my ego getting inflated now. I could probably shorten it up a bit. Would I go back to doing reviews on movies that I watch? Possibly. I don't know if I do it on this channel. I might create a second channel specifically for that, because there are some really sensitive people that don't like to see stuff pop up in their feed that they just don't like. Like, I am subscribed to a van life channel. I don't want to see effing movie reviews. Why they are that way, I don't know. But if it's enough to like upset them that they would want to unsubscribe, let's just create a second channel. Right now, I feel like I've got so much on my plate. I don't know that I would do that immediately. So we'll see. When and if and when that happens, you will 100% know. I will announce it here on this channel and link to said new channel. And we definitely won't be reviewing any Keanu Reeves movies over there. I'm waiting for the editor talking to the editor to the editor to the editor version vlog. It's coming, Andrew. Just calm down. Exactly that and more. Michelle from Western Australia, hello to you. I just joined your Patreon. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, tattoo. That was very kind of you. I will send you a person like just now. If it was just now, I will send you a personal message, as I usually say on live streams, in the morning. But I appreciate that. And to go back to your earlier statement about the cute questions and answers, I think what you mean, do you mean like the questions and answers here on YouTube can tend to get lost in the shuffle, and you want a little bit more of an intimate experience with me over on Patreon? You need to go to my OnlyFlans, which means Only Flannels account. If you go over there, you can get some great one-on-one act. I'm kidding. A little bit. Thoughts on any Wes Anderson movies? I do enjoy them. I haven't seen any of his recent ones, but stuff like The Royal Tannenbaums and Rushmore I really enjoyed. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou was good, but I haven't seen, like, he did the hotel one or whatever recently, right? I don't think I saw that one. He's pretty good. He's definitely got his own style, which is nice. Don't film the OnlyFlans meetup. So that's just for you, Francisco, because it's just you and me. Stacy, thank you. I like this one too. Excuse me. Pardon me. I don't know. I had no idea you had one. I don't know how I missed it. Yes, you don't have the notification bell rung on my channel. I talk about it. Well, I talk about it frequently enough that you should have known. I hold you accountable. OnlyFlans fall meetup. There we go. Oh gosh. Called me out, my bad. That is what it is. I get that. It's funny too. And you know what? I got to address this right now. Not everybody's probably watching this right now, but there's been some shenanigans happening with YouTube. Like people's comments on videos are getting deleted. And it's not me. It's just happening what seems pretty freaking randomly. And it's super annoying. But I've had multiple. I thought it was just one person being like targeted or something. But no, it turns out that it's actually multiple people, random ass comments for no rhyme or reason, just vanishing. And I don't know why that's happening, and it's super annoying. So if that happens to you, if you leave a comment that you think I would have responded to and I don't, I apologize. That's not to say that if you leave a comment, it sticks and I don't respond to you. That's not normal, because there's lots of love coming into this channel, and I'm doing the best that I can to keep up with as many as I can. Old Sea Leopard Girl says that happens to her lots. Like I don't understand it. It's super weird. I've seen all of the John Wick movies, Agent J. What are the ages of my kitties? Says Crazy Horse Johnny. They're both about 15 years old, as far as I know. I know Stella is. Penny's large. Hey, Chris, how you doing, my man? Hi, Penny. Speak of the devil. Hey, Carol S., how you doing? Oh yeah, I picked these up in the most recent vlog I was filming. These. Anybody else seen these? They're Lay's, but they're nacho cheese Doritos. Why not just get the Doritos? He said to himself while he indulged in one. There you go. See, so lots of people. Why is the notification icon changed on YouTube? It's all a conspiracy. Put on your tinfoil hats. They're all against us. Look at what they've done to my head. No, I got these at Walmart, Sammy. Chris, done. They're all right. They just taste like the spicy barbecue ones as far as I'm concerned, though. Review of the chips. They're unnecessary. And they don't taste like Doritos. They taste like barbecue. Everything tastes like effing barbecue. Like they're fine. Like they're yummy. But I'm not getting that nacho cheese that you get in an actual Dorito tortilla chip, right? Like I don't know. Not worth the hype. Did I get the spicy pickle? No. I'm not a big fan of dill pickle flavor. My Walmart's slacking then. I love you. Oh, thanks, Leopard Girl. You only like it because it's growing back in. It just looks atrocious right now. Oh, a chip just tried to kill me. Hang on. Flush it down. Wow, this is how VanlifePLUS goes. Beer fixes everything. All right. Hey, Aaron the DJ. How you doing, sir? NW Tattoo, my newest Patreon member, says, is Canada becoming like it is here in the States, cracking down on where you can park overnight? Here they are posting signs like everywhere that used to allow overnight parking. I've heard different reports from across the country. Where I am, I haven't seen it happening too much yet, at least not enforcement of it. But it's definitely a concern that we need to be very aware of and prepared for sure. It's utter nonsense, but here's the problem. It is utter nonsense. At the end of the day, it's utter nonsense. But I've tried to stress, if you're going to be van lifing in a major cosmopolitan, Manhattan. If you're going to be in a big city, be respectful. Hang on. As we all know, I when I'm in Calgary, I primarily am at Walmart, right? Because it's so easy, it's so comfortable, you just do it. I get that it's summer, like, well, it's spring technically, but it's pretty much summer, and more people are getting out there and whatnot, and like you automatically assume, okay, it's nicer weather, so people are traveling. That's number one. Number two is there's a lot of more impoverished people happening. The economy is going to shit. We're staring down the barrel of a complete and utter recession, and people are feeling the effects of it. That's one of the reasons I got into van life, and that was years ago. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse for a lot of people. And I get that, and I sympathize with that. Do not bring your rig to a Walmart and take your camping chairs out in the middle of the parking lot and think that it's okay. I haven't made a vlog about this, and I don't know that I will, because it's not my responsibility to like shake the finger at people, but I see that happening and it's stupid. Don't do that. There's a beautiful provincial park not far from and not even, I'm talking about Fish Creek Park. There's parks all over this city. We've got Glenmore Park, we've got Nose Hill Park, we've got Edworthy Park, and all the other shit in between. You can go there and you can sit with your camping chairs. Yeah, you got to leave by like 10 p.m. So bloody what? Then come back to Walmart and go to bed. Don't pull your shit out in a Walmart parking lot. You're the reason stuff like that's going to happen. Like, I've wanted to make a vlog like that for a while, and I've wanted to like go into Walmart, talk to the management and say, hey, can I do this for the thumbnail? And put my awning out and get my chair and sit there and take a picture of me doing it and be like, don't be like this idiot. And then make a vlog talking about it, but I haven't done that. And I think my rant right here, right now, will probably be where it ends. But that's what it comes down to. And the reason why we're seeing places crack down and put these signs up is because of that. I just don't understand it. Like, you're just acting like an entitled brat at that point, right? Like, I get it. I'm all for bucking the system and going against the big brother and all of that stuff. But your fellow man is not what you should be going up against. That's not big brother, and it's a respect thing. When I was still in this, like, I was going to say it doesn't really bother me now, but it clearly that chips. It clearly does still bother me, but it bothers me for a different reason. It bothers me because it's affecting my lifestyle. But I could see it before I was living van life. If I was just coming to Walmart as a normal person and I saw that, I'd be like, what, why? Like, it's just the way we are as a society. Now, I believe we should be able to do that on the flip side of that coin, sure, but that's not the way we are. That's not the way society works, okay? So either accept that or go live in the bush, because that is actually what van life provides you. It provides you and affords you the ability to do that. And if you're going to say, oh, well, woe is me, I don't have the gas, I can't do that, I'm forced to live in my van, and stay in your van, because you're going to ruin it for the rest of us. Sorry. I'm obviously a little passionate about that, because it's, like I said, it is my life, and I don't want to lose the comfort of what has been my home. I'm here all year, mother effers. I don't see any of you in the middle of the winter. Don't come in here when the weather's nice and kick your feet up. You're coming into my house and being rude at that point. Maybe that's the next rant video. I just did it right now, whatever. Do you believe in the saying, you make your own luck? Ooh, that's a good question. To a certain extent, I think so. I think you do. Because I don't think you can just sit around and wait for luck to come your way. But it obviously has its limits. Like, that's not, to me, that saying is not going to apply if you walk into a casino. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. I don't know how you would make your own luck in a casino. But when living your life and doing what you want, I think the harder you work and the more you just strive to actually achieve your goals. And that sounds cheesy because that is what we're told all of the time. But I feel like we were told you can get whatever you want if you set your goals and set your mind to it and work hard and do it. But to the extent of what we want you to do. We want you to be a cog in this machine. So work hard, achieve your goals, but that's just a facade. And then once I stepped away from that and realized that's not how I have to live my life, I'm going to set my actual own goals. Then yes, I think if you work hard and apply yourself to get what you really want and what's actually important to you, a lot of stuff really does sort of come your way. And again, I know I'm fortunate. I know I'm blessed, and people have responded and enjoy the crazy content I put out there and my personality and all of that amazing stuff. But I feel like anybody could do it. Like, maybe not. I know I get my personality is unique. That's fine. But anybody can do it. You just have to not care what other people think. I think that's what it comes back to a lot of the time. Oh, there's Sarah Rose. I could be the a-hole in the Walmart lot so your van won't be tagged by the man. Don't do it, Sarah. Bad behavior is also causing parks to be closed. Littering, trash, not respecting others or the environment. It just ruins it for everyone. Yeah, My True Serenity's got a point there too. We've got this beautiful stretch of area here. It's a national park. It's called the Kananaskis. It's national, provincial, one of the two. That's where we were for our first camping trip out at Mount Kidd. Lindsay and Sadie and I, and it's a beautiful area. That area you used to be able to go to for free. Not the campgrounds. You'd always have to pay for the campgrounds, but there's plenty of day use areas out there in Kananaskis. A couple of years ago, Alberta, the Alberta government said, no, you now need a pass, just like the Banff National Park. You need to pay a yearly fee. Now, it's a year. If you go out there a lot, a year is like $72. That's not so bad. But at the time when they implemented it, of course, people were up in arms. I was up in arms. Like, that's bullshit. I don't want to pay a pass. I don't want the government to earn more money. But you go out there and you see why. And that's the reason people go out there and they disrespect it. They leave their trash. There's a saying, leave a place better than it was when you found it. And that's like the camper's oath or something, right? And it's just like, it's true. There's no reason to go out there and do that. And you see these photographs of just like I remember the first one I saw was of grad camping, right? They would always use this one photo that was taken a few years before my graduation to show us, don't do this. And it was disgusting. The amount of garbage and cans and shit left everywhere. Like, it's just, and I get some people, it goes in one ear and out the other, and they don't care. I don't really think that anybody here watching me right now doing a live stream on a Friday night are those people. I think we are probably all on the same page, more or less. But it's just ignorant, right? And that's why stuff like that happens. So we're fortunate in the sense they didn't just close it all down, but they started making people pay for it. And it's like, well, damn right. Pay for it and then get more people out there and clean it. But I need to see that happening as well, right? It is a give and take. You can't just say we're doing this because, but then not actually hold up your end of it. At that point, you're just charging people and not actually dealing with the problem. I get it. You're not going to be able to make people clean up their stuff, but if you're going to charge us to do it, then I expect that money to be going to taking care of the park. That's why it's happening, right? It's a little bit of a two-way street. Yeah, McLean and Wipers, Aaron's pointing out to Crown Land areas here in Alberta. I think, and they're both closed right now, I believe, Aaron, because of the wildfire bans and stuff. The wildfire bans. That's always banned. But the fire bans that are in Alberta right now, I don't think you can even go out to those areas. But yeah, those areas they get horrible. I think it was McLean was a big grad camping area when I was graduating back in 2002. It's not where my friends and I went. We actually went to Mount Kidd, as I spoke of on that vlog. But yeah, it was. It can get really gross out there in McLean Creek, which is just too bad. They're trying to do the same and charge for the areas, like for McLean Creek, because right now McLean Creek is in Kananaskis country, but you don't have to have a pass for that yet. But if people are going to keep doing that, hello. I'm not sure, Crazy Horse. I can't comment on that. Possibly. I'm just not sure. Fire bans aren't stopping the arsonists, right? You're not wrong. Most bans ended today. Oh, interesting. That's good to know. I wonder if we'll be able to have a campfire at the Patreon camping trip. We'll definitely be able to have one regardless, Lisa. Stay tuned. Thanks, Aaron. Bruce gave it to me. Van Life Jr. sent it my way. Is Das Boot from Rocktoberfest. Das Boot. Do you have a scary van life moment? I don't really, Stacy. No. The scariest moment I had, I cataloged here on the vlog. It was Christmas Eve, my very first Christmas Eve. I was in the Walmart parking lot, and there were these guys ripping around in a truck acting real stupid. And of course, it was Christmas Eve. That parking lot was empty except for me and these morons. And they really made me feel uncomfortable. And I ended up moving and going to a different side road for the evening. And I just kind of used that as a moment to be like, hey, this is what happened. This is how it made me feel. And trust your gut. I don't know if anything would have happened, but they bothered me enough to be like, no. That's literally the scariest moment yet. I don't have that. Oh, shots fired! Like moment yet. I haven't experienced anything like that. Not yet. Oh yeah, Sarah, you don't have to. Stay tuned. His Patreon meetup will be the scary van life moment. There you go. See, Andrew knows. Amber dropping drinks and food all over his van. Yeah, that's at Sparky's not wrong. That's a pretty scary moment. And Amber even says second scariest moment meeting her. That's up there. It's up there. Kate says, do you upload every day? I have been lately. Because I've been filming lately. I'm filming that much lately. Obviously, there's no upload today. I'm doing a live stream. I might not upload tomorrow because I was telling Patreon this morning, I am starting to feel a little burned out. Nobody get concerned. Nobody get worried. When I say that, you hear the word burnout and you're like, oh God, get him a pillow. No, not that at all. It's just a little tired. Just like, oh, wow. I have been pushing myself because you got to remember, like, it's filming, it's editing, and my videos are not lacking in editing. Like, believe me. And then uploading, and I mean, uploading is easy. That's pretty automatic. But keeping up with that pace is hard. But I'm making something out of it, right? So that is all to say, because I'm sort of feeling that a bit. There may not be another vlog until Monday, and I've got a lot in the hopper. I've got at least 4 vlogs ready, not ready, that need to be edited. That's just how I am, right? How many hours do I spend filming? That's impossible to tell. Well, that's not impossible to tell. Let me hang on a second. So there was a video just a while back. Which one was it? It was the last, like, really long one. On average, about an hour and a half. But what was that video? So where is it? Oh yeah, that day in the life where Amber and I had the rental car and we were ripping around and going to do the buffet and stuff, and then downtown. That was just under 2 hours. When I brought all the footage in, that was 2 hours of footage. And then I edit that for probably, well, the vlog like that, probably 2 or 3 hours. And I got a 42-minute video out of all of the footage. So Lamborghini's here. End it now. And everybody have a good night. Bye-bye. Just kidding. But yeah, that's a little bit more intense. I filmed that entire day. I would say on average, I'm importing about an hour 10 to an hour 30 of footage, and then I edit that down to about a half an hour. Hi, Ashley. Why is there a woman on your shirt? She's got guns. We know and appreciate you pushing yourself. Oh, I appreciate that, Carol. I want to say that I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing. Well, I probably am pushing, but at the time I don't realize or recognize that I'm pushing myself because I do enjoy it so much. Somebody asked me, who asked me the other day? Somebody asked me how my brother asked me how I feel about it. Like, can I keep it up? And I was like, honestly, dude, I'm having so much fun. Like, the fact that people enjoy watching just whatever it is I'm doing is super cool. And maybe that's my personality. Maybe that's the fact that y'all like just hanging out with me, and that is very cool. I am terrified of the day that stops, obviously. But to that extent, that means I can turn my camera on and be like, yo, I had a rough night and I can't poop right this morning. And people are going to laugh and enjoy it, right? Like, it's a very fortunate position for me to be in, for sure. The fact that I don't over edit everything makes you keep coming back. And that's interesting to hear, because I feel like with a lot of my jump cuts, a lot of people would consider that over editing, but apparently not. Hi, Patricia Miller. Hello. How are you? Happy Friday. Welcome to the live chat. We watch because of the kiddies. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I know. I'm also scared of that day, Rocio. Broken Nomad needs a shout out for what? What did he do? Hi, Owen. Oh, for telling me this was live. Oh, he texted Amber. He texted Ashley. That's funny. Oh, your editing is second to none. I don't know about that, Mark, but I appreciate that you think so. That's awesome. I'm definitely trying to always improve. And I'm having fun being a little bit more creative and leaning into my younger desire to be making movies. Obviously, I'm not making fiction. I'm making a vlog of my life. But the fact that I have the time to get out and do more shots. Like, if you watched my last vlog where it's van life, where is home, or whatever I called it, at the beginning there's a lot of shots that happen during the drive that if you're just watching it casually, you might not notice. But like, I did my intro there where I panned over the creek, and then I talked to the camera. Then I got in lucky and I took off. Then the first shot is the camera mounted on the side of Lucky, looking at my tire as we pull back out onto the highway and continue onto the bridge. The next shot is a wide shot with my camera on the ground and Lucky, well, me driving Lucky over the bridge, right? And then the shot after that is a shot from the dashboard driving on the road. And then the shot after that, or down the line a bit, is the rear shot of us going over the bridge. So you need to understand, and I know a lot of people get this, but I have a lot of fun doing this. So I have the mount on the tire, pull back out onto the highway, drive to the bridge, but then I have to drive across the bridge and away from the bridge and off to a turn off. So then I pull over there, put Lucky in park, get out, get my camera, turn it off, take the mount off of Lucky. Then I put the phone into my little selfie stick right here, right into this. And then I go and I walk up to the bridge, and just off to the right of the bridge, I place the camera shot of the bridge, right? Hit record. I walk back to Lucky, get in Lucky, pull a Yui, drive across the bridge, go back to the original spot where Lucky was, turn around, and then drive across the bridge. And that is the shot that I use. Then I got to drive back up to where I had just previously stopped across the bridge, get out of Lucky, walk back, get my camera, turn it off, walk back to the van, put it back on the dashboard, continue the drive. Actually, no, I had to go back, drive across the bridge one more time to get the continuous shot so you don't actually lose that momentum. I love that stuff. As a filmmaker, that stuff really speaks to me and I really do enjoy it. Obviously, it gets exhausting. It absolutely can get exhausting. That's why I don't do it all of the time. But the fact that people enjoy it means a lot to me, because a lot of people would be like, you're overdoing it. Just talk to the camera and show us your poo bucket. It's like, yikes. My true serenity, yes, I could use the drone to do some of those shots had I not crashed it. But on highways like that, probably not the best idea to pull out a drone. Wouldn't recommend. Highly illegal. Do a vlog where you only use the setup shots. Just, right? Don't I worry about people stealing my camera? No. I'm usually not a lot of people around. That being said, the story that I just told, where I drove across the bridge and had to come back and get my camera, there was a guy coming up on a bike that was going to pass my camera, and it's not an area I'm super familiar with, so I did have like a moment of hesitation where I was like, oh God, please don't, because if you just ride by and grab my camera, it's gone. I will never be able to run back to my van and catch you, right? But of course that didn't happen. So no, I just risk it. Illegal schmeagle. Okay. I love the cinema quality of your stuff. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nothing amazing. It's nothing incredible, but there's enough people out there that just like to watch it and enjoy it and appreciate it that they do just that. And that's my audience, and it's awesome. But you got to know that when you do stuff like that, you're going to be filming a lot more than you will ever use. Because like what a lot of people will do, and a mistake that a lot of people will make is they'll put this effort or that amount of effort into a shot like that and be like, well, I put so much effort into that. We have to let the entire shot play out. You have to see the entire drive across the bridge. You have to see the entire, like whatever it might be. And that's where you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Don't over embellish because you think you deserve it. Cut that shot. Make it shorter. It will be more effective in the long run. Risk it for the biscuit. How do you put the GoPro, iPhone, and drone all in one video? Looks confusing. Can be. Exporting footage, you got to really be on point and organize yourself good, because those are all different video files. The nice thing about the drone footage is you can export to your phone, and it usually puts it in sync with the rest of your videos so that they happen sequentially. So unlike Hollywood productions, my vlogs are shot sequentially. I don't ever shoot the ending of a vlog first, but that happens a lot in movies. So that usually makes exporting or importing the footage easier, and you can just drop it all into the editor and it's all in the order it's meant to be in. I'm a perfectionist in cuts and editing. Very clever. Thanks, Sharon. I try. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I'd call myself a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to audio cuts, though. Nothing takes me out of a video faster than shit audio. Ugh. Have you ever run over your equipment trying to film? Yes. Yes, 100%. Not like on the tire, but I've knocked my camera over, like backing into it, and it like wasn't low enough, and my differential or my bumper or my hitch or whatever has hit it. That happens, yes. Have you driven with the drone following the van? I like those. Yes, I have done that. It's very hard to do because it's not automatic. You have to pilot the damn thing. It's not easy. It'd be way easier if I had somebody driving for me. Oh, my Patreon shots light up your day. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad you're enjoying that content over there. First movie I saw in a theater, I believe it was The Land Before Time. Maybe Batman Returns? Somebody Google that really quick. Which came out first? The original Land Before Time or Batman Returns? That's our answer. Oh yeah, most of my vlogs over Land and Curiosity are all on my phone. Yeah, there's the odd shot from the drone and the GoPro here and there, but majority it's all my phone. You could always train Happy Coffee Van Life to drive your van while you pilot the drone. I might be teaching Happy Coffee Van Life to do something else soon. Calm down. No, you need a leprechaun to do the shots for you, right? Land Before Time came out first, and that's what I saw first. That was my first movie. I know this by heart. Call my channel Brokeback Mountain Matt. I'm not gay. I don't like to go. Sorry, that's what I remember from that movie. Great movie. Good job, both the actors, but yikes. Kevin. That one can stay. She's leaving. Bye, future ex-wife. You owe me alimony. I should do more pics of you on Patreon like I used to. What are you talking about? Radar Guy says, van life seems more realistic in Canada than in the US. That would come down to the content creators, not the actual experiences. I've spoken to a lot of people doing van life in the US that like aren't making YouTube channels, and that definitely comes down to the content creators and what they're doing. Jake says, big old gay guy here. I think I speak for all the gays when I say the spit scene was terrifying. Good. I'm glad I didn't offend you because that shit was hilarious. For me, it was like, oh God. You're just like, oh no. It is what it was. It is what it was. It was what it was. Nikki's funny. Matthew, are you and Lindsay going to do another Stampede vlog? No. Sparky? No. 1,010% no. Hey, Joseph Malloy Travels. Thank you, sir. Thought you might appreciate this one. These Aloha ladies aren't messing around. Also, welcome to the live chat. Not many van life YouTubers in the US. There's a ton. I hear that a lot. I heard that. I was having this conversation with somebody else the other day as well. And all I used to watch was American van lifers. And then, of course, I discovered like Foresty and Chrome and a whole handful of others. But then when my channel started to take off, I had a lot of people commenting from the States saying, why are all the van lifers in Canada? Nobody in the States is. I'm like, there's a lot of van lifers down in the States. Right? I mean, it depends on what you call van life. Off the top of my head, you got Nikki Delventhal, The Fine Print, Eamon and Beck are Canadian, aren't they? Van life with Gina. She's in Oregon. No mock experience, but he's not really doing van life anymore, I don't think. Right? I don't know. I think there's plenty, but obviously it's just, it comes down to the way the YouTube algorithm works and what you get drip fed into your feed. It's ridiculous. The reason that just the fact that you think there's no American van lifers out there, and I know that's an exaggeration. That's not exactly what you said, but it's just like, it's totally what YouTube's giving you. It's obnoxious. Yeah, Dr. Hannah. Yeah, but she's a nomad. She's living in her truck with her suggestive thumbnails. Lynn Valenti, hello. Bob Wells, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Bob Wells. Francisco Guerrero has it. I don't know why I watch you, but I never miss an upload. Thanks, Bobby Willis. I appreciate you. Have a good night as well. The Nomadic Post. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your weekend. You must be a good driver that the cats don't go flying out around the cab of Lucky. Yeah, thank you. I would like to think I am a pretty decent driver. I've always done my best to do so. There are moments. That's all I will say. Oh, yeah, the Van Wives, but they're in the UK, right? Yeah. Yukon Sunshine says clickbait. What kind of clickbait do you need? Oh, Dr. Hannah. Yeah, 100%. She knows how to get her. She knows how to get her done. What's the other? Oh, Amy in a van, but she's over in the UK too, right? Wow, Jake follows 450 to 500 US based van lifers. How do you get anything done? Hey, Matt, what size motor do you need for the boat? I need a 60 horsepower motor. Hey, man, love your vids. Are you an auto tech? Looked like you worked in a car shop via one vid. Yeah, at Cash. Yeah, I was working as a mechanic in the shop before I got my back injury. That's what I was doing. I didn't go to school. I don't have my red seal or anything. My grandfather taught me everything I know about mechanics, and that shop was kind enough to sort of take me under their wing and let me work with the mechanic that they hired. Good night, Kathy. Enjoy kayaking. Thank you for stopping by. But now that you mention it, you're so funny, Raymond. Raymond's so funny. Hi, Naj. How you doing? Welcome to the live chat. BU Van Life is here as well. I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. Carol S. Love that beer stein. Thank you, Carol. Click the link in the top of the chat box. That is the awesome fellow YouTuber that sent it to me. I appreciate that. Amy is in the south of France, but she's English. Yes, there you go. Jake says, for real, 450, 500 van folks, maybe 20 to 30 of them are truck camper folks, maybe 15 to 20 in trailers, but most of them in vans. If you like and subscribe to enough, the recommendations get really good. That's cool. Yeah, it all part and parcel, the whole genie gig, right? Need a sponsor. Yeah, the boat is definitely on the back burner for now, and that's okay. I don't mind. As long as I can keep the boat and make it a stretch goal for the future, 100%. No popcorn. No popcorn tonight, Carol. I could make some, but I'm actually quite full. What the hell did I eat for dinner? I didn't eat dinner. I had chips. Where did the chips go? They're over here. No, not those ones. Cardcast 1/700th for the new boat edge. Yeah. And after YouTube takes it, thank you very much, Cardcast. It's very kind of you. We will definitely get that boat a new motor eventually. It changed my plans for this channel, like to go back to the whole I'm filming my life and it's all real, and it is. I still, the storyteller in me, I still have like a structured idea of where I want the vlogs to go. So I knew how I wanted chapter 3 to end, which is what we're in right now. If you've just joined, I break my van life here on YouTube up into chapters. Currently, we are in chapter 3, Into the Mountains. The finale of chapter 3 was going to end on the boat. Obviously, that's not the best idea. I mean, it could still end on the boat, but I'd be stuck. So, gonna have a new ending, and I will figure that out. Adapt, change it up, that sort of thing. Hey, Matt, what date are the videos up to at the moment? They're quite a ways behind. They're about, I would say, a good week behind. And they'll be a little bit longer than that when they resume on Monday, because I am going to take a little bit of a break this weekend. I'm helping my cousin out with a bunch of stuff tomorrow, plus my brother's in town. We're just going to hang out and have some babakwe, hopefully. And then Sunday, I'll have my little girl, and I just want to relax. Like, amongst all of that, I will do some editing on the next video. Once that video goes live, that will be from last Saturday. And then I filmed every day since then. And that'll I think what I'm going to do is probably then take a break. I think the video that's coming out on Monday, if you've been around, if you've been watching chapter 3 consistently, there was a video back in, keep up the good work, sir. Thank you, Akash. I appreciate that. I appreciate that super chat, as well as that super sticker, Leopard Girl. You guys are very kind. Thank you so much. But if you were watching back in December, I had a video called The Winter Chronicles. And I actually went back and watched that video this morning. out of curiosity, because that was a whole time when I was in BC with my little girl and I got stuck on the highway and a semi had to pull me out and this, that, and the other thing. And I liked the way that I had put that video together. It's a really long one. It's like a 57-minute vlog, but it did really well. And then I realized, hey, this one that I'm now currently editing from the May long weekend in BC is long as well. I don't know if it's going to hit the 57-minute mark, but it's going to be darn close. And it's the Spring Chronicles. And then I was like, obviously now I'm forcing myself to, I'm going to have to do a Summer and Fall Chronicles, and that's fine. But that just came up organically. So on Monday, look for that video. It's going to be the Spring Chronicles on VanlifePLUS. And I think that will be a nice way to just sort of end May. And then I'll enjoy Tuesday and Wednesday and just for myself, again, taking time to edit and get stuff ready and not stress myself out. And then June 1st, we will resume. That's the plan. I might not stick to it. Like I'm one of the biggest overthinkers, overworkers, in the sense that I can't always stick to my guns with this stuff. And I did learn how to put on my chains. Sarah Rose is correct. I'm going to watch the Winter Chronicles. Yeah, it starts with like a 20-minute. Well, it doesn't start with. It starts with some pretty dramatic shots and a beautiful winter drive into BC. The same drive that you just saw on the previous video, actually. It includes the drive through from Creston through Crawford Bay. And then I go the other way through Nelson, but it's all at winter time. So it's kind of cool. But then after that, it goes into about I shit you not, I think I yapped for 18 minutes solid and bring you all up to speed on what I had experienced. It was quite the ordeal, but it was a really fun premiere when it went live. Oh, I appreciate that, like Dale. I do, because that's very lucky too, right? And you're not alone. We're going to have a party at 100,000 subs. 100%. My heart is in Montana. We're going to come down to Montana. Everybody's going to be invited, and we're going to have a freaking blowout for 100,000 subs. Absolutely. Oh, my promises you can't keep. But like Dale, thank you, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to watch you. I don't want to see you every day. Or if you're going to upload every day, they need to be shorter. And I get that. But the fact that people watch it and it's like half an hour makes my day and is encouraging me to continue doing this and is benefiting me in the way that I'm going to be able to do this and live a life where I can support my little girl and be happy. So it's really cool. So for you to say that, like Dale, I appreciate that. Also, I just had my very first super chat from Diana. Keep smiling and enjoy life. I appreciate that, Diana. That is very kind of you. Thank you so very much. My response is then to shove chips in my face. Hello, Kimberly. Nikki enjoys the everyday vlogs too. Thank you. Now you know why your daughter got sick on that drive, in your own words. Exactly. And that was a callback. That was 100% a callback to that vlog. You're 100% right. And I love that people are so invested in my content, because it's like I'm creating, like, yeah, it's my life. 100%. It's my life. And I'm vlogging it for people, and people are enjoying it. But not everybody tunes in to every single video, and that's fine. I don't expect everybody to, but the core audience that does, I love that they're like on this journey with me, and then we can sit down and we can have a conversation of, oh, do you remember that moment last winter when? Or I might even forget about something, and Sarah Rose might say, oh, hey, you did this, or Virginia in the rear view might say that, or even Amber. Well, no, Amber wouldn't remember shit, but Kevin could be like, well, no, actually it was like this. Like it's just cool that people are that invested in what I'm creating, because I always wanted to be a storyteller to a certain extent. The fact that I found this interesting balance between being a storyteller, because in my head, a storyteller is fiction. I'm now learning it doesn't need to be. It's a balance between that and my real life that just so happens to be, I guess, interesting to some people, like attracting the people that are interested in the nomadic way of living. I've talked about this before too. That's why I'm a little bit nervous to see what the future might hold if I'm no longer in a van. Right. I ran into a supporter once and he said, I was like, oh, I might get a cargo trailer. Right. Like, I don't know. That's not a hard and fast rule, but I said I might get a cargo trailer in the future and build that out and haul it behind a Ford Raptor. Like, that's where that was at the time. Blah, blah, blah. Pie in the sky sort of conversation. And he said, don't do that. Don't do that. I wouldn't want to watch that. The fact that you're in your van, that's what I like. And that shit scared me to my core. Right. As somebody, I'm like, is that what's going to happen? If I'm not in Lucky, are people going to leave? Like, are people not going to be interested anymore? Like, I don't plan on being like, yo, I'm moving back into this high-rise condo and I got a 70-inch plasma and I'm doing nothing except watching Netflix and hanging out with Francisco. Like, I don't expect people to stick around for that. But I hope and pray that whatever I'm doing in my life, people stick around for. And I know there's a lot of incredible people here that will say that's exactly why we're here, and I appreciate that. I know Amber would like the 70-inch plasma, but to each their own, right? But these are the kind of things that I worry about, and I think it's normal to worry about stuff, and I think talking about it is important, so you're able to sort of like get it out there and process it. Hang on, I gotta plug this light in. It's starting to die. You'll be able to see my sweaty face as well. There we go. Well, that's much worse. Hang on. I know you're not going anywhere, Leopard Girl. I appreciate that. Do they even still make plasma TVs? That's true. Fine. A 70-inch OLED TV. Is that better? This is what people focused on. Crazy Horse Johnny says, you should go on a mountain hike with Foresty Forest. I'd make it a kilometer and he'd have to come collect me after he made it to the summit. I mean, that would be cool and flattering, but I don't think I could keep up with the man. I really don't. Oh, thank you, Lady Time. That's very kind of you to say. Sarah Rose can't quit me. I have a projector, Yukon. I do have a projector. You need to go back and watch episode 3 of chapter 3, the bottle episode, one of Francisco's favorites. But I do have a projector, and I plan on using it at my Patreon meetup, projecting onto the side of Lucky. I don't use it that much right now because it wasn't as practical as I thought it might be immediately. It was a little bit more of a challenge to pull out and watch something rather than like the TV is super simple, right? But for those niche moments outside in the summer, I'm hoping to get some, you know what? I was going to say, hopefully to get some cool footage, but even if I'm not able to capture it for the vlog, I'm just hoping to be able to use it just for me. Debbie makes a good point. No climbing for you until you get healed. Yeah, I walk around Fish Creek Park on flat ground and I am sore. So climbing with Forrest. You just love how I didn't even think about that, Debbie. He was just like, you should go on a mountain hike with Forrest. I'm like, well, I can't. I didn't mean because of my back. I got to mean because I'm an out of shape moron. But that would also be an excruciating pain. There's that. See, Debbie keeps me honest. Matt, great to see a mixture of productions from Grandpa and the Boat. Yeah, remember that one. To cribbage camping, to fix it. Remember only dead fish. Thank you, Ernie. And that means that Ernie watched my a boy, his boat, and his grandpa, it's my one and only cinematic vlog here on the channel. I do intend to do more of those in the future. Shoot them in a widescreen format with some proper like filters and editing done to make it feel even more like a movie. I know a lot of people already think that my vlogs come across cinematically, and that's awesome. It's definitely what I'm going for. But that vlog especially, I kind of leaned a little bit more into and just making it more of a movie feel with the way I set the camera up. And then, of course, we get down to the nitty-gritty personal stuff where I just talk about my grandfather. And that is one of my most favorite vlogs. It's not upsetting, but it's just like, oh, man, that whole Labor Day trip, not a lot of people watched. And I know why. Everybody was out enjoying themselves and enjoying the beautiful weather. But that Labor Day trip, that whole Labor Day series, it's all like numerically ordered on YouTube. And then the grandpa vlog is right in the middle of it. But I think it's 5 vlogs. The way I edited that, for those that watched it, they know that's where I really leaned into the cinematic way of storytelling, and I flashed into the future. I remember Broken Nomad had a big problem with this. He just couldn't wrap his little coffee infused brain around it. He's like, what do you mean now? What do you mean 4 days from now? When is now? This is all irrelevant nonsense. But anyway, some people, it just goes right over their bearded heads, and that's fine. But for those that are invested in the story and are able to like follow along with the thematic storytelling, that's what I leaned into. You can go back and watch it. Obviously, it's here on the channel. I love those videos. They didn't do well, and that's fine. I still had a great time living it out. There it is. I was waiting for Kevin's response. Little Britain. I really like them, and it's just if you've watched them, you know it's like the whole like that vlog with talking about my grandpa, and then my mom and I getting stranded in the boat, and me having to walk her back, and the conclusion and everything. But every one of those videos started with a little blip, like they opened with a blip from the ending, it's building suspense and seeing where the story's going to end up. Super fun. But anyways. Anyways, Cardcast is you're an amazing supporter, dude. I know you guys are watching all of the stuff that I put out, and that's great. Give him a timeout, Kevin. Yeah, give me a timeout, Kevin. At least you remember to get that part right. I love watching your content, even if I had a bad day. Your videos make me laugh all the time, and that's what I've liked leaning into. I've always kind of had that, not edge, but I guess style. I've always enjoyed making people laugh, but I definitely didn't start this channel that way or with that intent. But when enough people sort of gave me the feedback saying, hey, you're actually bringing a smile to my face, I felt like I was possibly starting to carve out a little bit of my own niche, because the van life social media presence is super saturated. Like to try to get noticed doing van life is very hard. I was very fortunate to meet Chrome and have him give me that shout out and do my van tour, and that's what kicked it all off. But with having people notice that, oh, but first of all, we've talked about this before, Chrome clone, you're just like Chrome, and that's fine. But I've tried to lean a little bit more into the comedic aspect of it. That's definitely turned a few people off, and I know that, and that's to each their own. That's fine. But so many more people are like, you're just bringing a smile to my face. And I think I'm gonna butcher this. If Chris is still on the chat, he might be able to correct me, but I'm gonna paraphrase the quote from Robin Williams. He said years and years and years ago, when he was still quite young, he's like, I don't want a lot of money. I don't want a lot of riches. As long as I know that I've brought a smile to somebody's face, then I've done my job. And that really resonates with me. I've, for many years in my life, have believed that laughter is the best medicine for a lot of whatever it might be that ails you. And if it's not at least a cure, it's a comfort. And if I can make somebody laugh and put a smile on their face, I think that's pretty cool. And I'm very fortunate to be afforded the opportunity to do that for a lot of you amazing people. So it's really, and it's funny because it's what I wanted to do ever since I was little. You know, like I said, I've talked about a lot tonight, like make movies or whatever. But when it really comes down to it, it's about making people laugh, making people smile. And I think the fact that I've found a way to sort of fuse that with reality has been a nice balance. I don't know. Seems to be working pretty well so far. Have I always been a cat person? Yeah, I've always been a cat person. We didn't have a dog until much later in my life growing up. My parents got my brother a dog, and then it just, the way it worked out, my dad became so much more attached to the dog than even my brother. My brother was still attached to the dog, don't get me wrong, but my dad and that dog became inseparable. And then obviously my brother went on and he got Harkonnen and Atreides, his two huskies, and now he's got Penny as well, now that he married my incredible sister-in-law. But and as great as they are, my impressionable years were cats, and dogs are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking dogs at all, but for me, especially like with sticks and bricks living, cats were just so much easier. You know, you could leave them on their own. They're just so much more independent. Whereas dogs are just like, hello, throw it. I'm hungry. Here we go. You're back. Meow. Let's go. I'm your best friend. It's a lot, right? It's like having a VanlifePLUS with you every day. Who needs that? Oh, that's very kind of you to say, Robin. Thank you. Oh, underscore. Thank you. I like that too. Yeah, watching you make van life work with the kid, the cats, the cold winters, and editing videos is crazy. Here's the other thing, being so candid and honest with everybody tonight. The other thing that scares me too is that a lot of the people were initially attracted to my channel. I shouldn't say a lot, but a fair shake of people were attracted to my channel because I had a full-time job when they found me. I was working at the shop and I was incorporating that into my vlogs, right? And I don't talk about it right now because it's a sensitive topic and it's a personal topic right now that I'm going through. For all intents and purposes, I still currently work at the shop, but I don't because of my injury, right? So we're dealing with that, and it is what it is. But I've talked about it before. Like, I don't want to go back. Like, I want this to be my job. I was very upfront with that from, I think, my very first live stream. I said, wouldn't it be great if I could make YouTube my full-time gig? And that's what I'm working towards. And in the interest of being transparent with everybody, I'm terrified that if I have a video that I inevitably, and it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, right? It's gonna inevitably happen where I say, hey guys, like I am now 100% doing this to make a living off of, and that is it. And then we go about whatever that rest of that vlog might entail. I'm terrified that people are going to be like, well, screw this guy. I'm no longer interested in him. I'm no longer interested in him because they don't view YouTube as an actual like job. And I you know what? I don't sympathize with it. I get it though. I get the mentality of that because it's the same, but it's the same as like actors in Hollywood, right? Because it's like providing entertainment. It's not like a real job. but it is a job. It's still work, right? I've had a lot of comments lately where people are asking about me, like, am I still at the shop and whatnot? I just don't feel like responding to every single one of those comments the same way. That's why I did say in one vlog at the end of it, the one where Amber came and rescued me, where she brought me the serpentine valve. I said, hey, going forward, I'm not going to talk about it. When there's something to update you on, I will. And then I just did that in a recent vlog, right? Where I went and I got told that I need surgery. And then I went over and I did my differential. So I don't feel like responding to that, but also to the extent, like, I'm just like, well, what are they going to think? Right. And it's just a real fear you live with. And it is scary, especially with the way the world is. And especially with everything that's going on in Canada, with the whole Bill C-11 happening. Like, it'd be crazy of me to just do that. Right. But I have to do it. If I don't put everything I have and take that risk and go for what I actually want to do, what am I actually doing? You know what I mean? I'm not so prideful that if it doesn't work, I won't like go back and work at McDonald's if I have to, because you have to. You need a job, right? If I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have this incredible community support me and I can make it work, that's a blessing. And I will always be thankful for it. And I will continue to put in the hard work. If that ends up going tits up, as they say, well, then I will go back and back into the workforce. All of that is irrelevant from the fact that the job that I have at the shop, it will kill me eventually, surgery or no surgery. Like, that's not a job that I can do in my state, right? So I have to make that decision as a father, as a man who was irresponsible with his fitness and his health. I can't go back. I can't have surgery or however it shakes out and then go back and risk it happening again, right? So I have a lot of big decisions to make soon. And I will have to make them. And I'm scared. I'm scared to make those decisions. I'm scared to show my hand. I'm obviously not scared to share the fact that I'm having these feelings with everybody, but I think it's important to remain transparent, because as much as I enjoy storytelling and doing cinematic vlogs, I think the most important thing at the end of the day is to be honest about as much as you can be. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you want to keep close to your chest. There's personal things. My daughter is a prime example of that, but it's always going to be something that you are kind of scared of. But I think my channel has gotten to a point. I see all of the lovely comments as well, everybody. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just reading what Kevin wrote. My About page. I think my channel and the community here that do watch, I think I've finally gotten it to a place where everybody that is watching as consistently as they are is going to be able to make it work, as long as I can keep up with a daily upload schedule. And of course, my incredible community over on Patreon. Like, it's just, everything's sort of lining up. And I feel like now is the time. If I don't carpe diem, as they say, I will look back and regret not doing it. That's true, Leopard Girl. I appreciate that. There's also a really kind comment back here from Byron. You're supposed to be working, but also thank you. I appreciate that, young sir. Everybody throw Byron, my little brother, a hello in the chat. Francisco's mind is probably exploding right now because it is the Byron Allen, and he's actually on a movie set with Jude Law. So give him a shout out in the chat. I want to read what Joseph said here. If people realized how much you work and put into your video, how much work you put into this, they would know that it's a job and a half, but it's a job that's fun. And that's exactly it. Some people don't like it when other people find something they absolutely love doing, especially when they don't deem it as a valuable job or whatever. And it is what it is. You're never going to convince them otherwise. Did my mom pop in as well? There she is. Mom and Byron are talking amongst themselves. Byron's on a lunch break. Yeah, probably at 8:15 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised. It's natural to have fear when changes are upcoming. It's how you grow from the experience. 100%. Thank you, Sharon. We're all family here, says Lisa. You're not wrong. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Alan's in the chat. I'm sorry. You probably said something earlier, Alan, but I appreciate that. You are here. Hello to you. Hi, Mom. Nancy's just goes, Mom. Jake says, you have 26K plus subscribers. You'll have nearly 100K within a year, even without a major viral moment. It'll work. The momentum is there. If a viral vid happens, boom, done. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. You obviously have a little bit more insight into this whole YouTube thing than I do. At least a little bit more confidence than I do. My one video is not viral, but I have that. And Mark keeps me honest about this every day. But my one video about how to survive Canadian winter in a van is my most viewed video, and it's coming up on 500,000 views, and that's where, and people are watching it still. Mark and I were talking the other day, and we couldn't figure it out. It's like, why is that video is popping off? I just got 5,000 views on that video in 2 days. It's the summertime. What's happening? It's very interesting how that YouTube algorithm works. Obviously, that's my most clickable video, and that's cool. Who's Mark Marconion? Marconion. He's in the chat. He's one of my Patreon supporters. And he keeps an eye on my statistics, which is nice. He's kind of like my unofficial secretary. Calm down, Mark. You love it. Crazy Horse Johnny, thank you so much for that super sticker. That guy's got a secret, and he's keeping it to himself. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. There's Priscilla. It is so great that you love doing this, and we love what you are doing. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Also, welcome to the chat. Yeah, it's cool. Like 500,000 views is crazy. Like there's I get a lot of those higher views everywhere, but for me, that's really cool to see. And it's like, what is happening? I like having 500,000 viewed video. That's cool. Optimistic? I don't know. I built a career in flipping Kentucky as the first out gay political journalist in the early 2000s. If I can make that work, I guarantee YouTube works for you. Guarantee it. I'm going to hold you to that, Jake. Sign on the dotted line, sir. People who are judgmental are unhappy in their own life, 100%. And I know that. But it's just like when hey, there's a unplugged photography business. All right, Mac, gotta go. Have a good weekend. You too, sir. No, that's different Tim. Is it the same Tim? Different Tim. Same Tim? I'm not sure. Bye, Tim. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, it's 100% true. People who are judgmental are just unhappy in their own life. But putting yourself out there on a platform like this where you're exposed to a bunch of people, not like that, calm down, leopard girl, it still makes you take pause. And like when you're like, why doesn't everybody like me? I think that's just an innate thing, especially when you have like such an amount of success that I have had in this small contained way, but it's still a huge success. Also, thank you, Millette, just because peace and love. I appreciate that, Robin. It's natural, I think, for people to be like, why don't you like me? Because there's a whole idea, like when you have people asking you, well, how do you ignore or how do you cope with negative comments? Because they're always going to happen. They're always going to come, right? It's kind of what I talked about in my whole dead fish video, but it still is a thing, and you still take it to heart. And I think it's the whole idea that it's unfortunate that we are this way, sort of like as people, but you're always going to be remembered for the negative shit you do, unless the positive stuff you do like moves mountains. You're more often than not be recommended for your failures than your successes. And I think I've always sort of thought that, and not even thought it, but just observed it. It's fact. So I think that itself kind of lends itself to the reason why we take negative feedback so personally. It's like I could have a video get 100 comments, 99 comments are saying, Matt, I love this video. You did such good work. It was so well done. I loved it. More. And then you got one comment to be like, this guy living in a van, what a loser. Which comment do you think you focus on in the back of your head, right? You shouldn't. And I sit here on my channel and I preach it myself and I say, don't let that stuff bother you. But it still happens because it's in our nature to be like, why? Well, why don't you like me? But at the end of the day, it's the internet, and you cannot change the impressive anonymity and strength people get because of said anonymity. You know what I mean? So you see somebody gets a keyboard and a screen and a fake name. Ooh, buddy, watch out. They're going to rule the world. What's happening? Delete. What is happening, Kevin? I don't know. Good night, Sparky. I'm going to hang out with my grandson while he is here for the weekend. Lots of love. Same to you, Sparky. Good luck, my man. Enjoy your time with your little one. Thanks for being here, dude. Okay, now, very important stuff. Would the Doritos Lay's variety be better if there were more of the flavor on each chip? No, absolutely not, because it's the flavor that's not there. It's not a lack of the amount of flavor. No, it doesn't taste like Doritos. It just doesn't. Oh, just delete. Yeah, but I don't like to do that either, Kevin. I just find that ignorant to just automatically delete people or delete. Like, I know one YouTuber, and I'm not going to name names, but they did that and they censored their channel. And it's just, it doesn't, it's what I think is wrong with a lot of stuff. Now, I'll delete certain comments. I think I've deleted 2 in the entire time of my channel, maybe 3. Like, I don't know. I don't keep track of it, but I think it's important to let that stuff sit there. I get sometimes every once in a while I'll get into it and I'll have a little back and forth with some dingus that's doing whatever and spewing whatever nonsense they want to spew, and that's fine. But it is important to me to not. That's why I talked earlier about, like, I listen, people who are noticing that their comments are getting deleted, that is not me. It was very important for me to assure people of that. That is not me. That's something on YouTube's end that's broken, because it is important to me to not censor shit. That's one of the biggest problems in the world that we're facing right now is censorship. There's no, like our freedom of speech is very rapidly vanishing, right? And I get it. There's people out there that be like, well, I want freedom of speech because I want to spew garbage and hate and nonsense, and I want to tell you that you're an asshole and this, that, and the other thing. And to a certain extent, they should be allowed to do that. But again, there's a line, and then the debate becomes, well, where is the line and who decides what the line is? That's why I even just said, well, sure, I'll delete certain comments if it gets to be too outlandish. Somebody once said something about my parents on the vlog. I think it was the vlog where I had my headset on and I was doing the first where I made them dinner. And somebody said something real fucking rude about my family. And I deleted that. And then they had left another comment somewhere else. And I said, one more like that, I will ban you from my channel. And that's the kind of stuff I take personally. You can attack me all you want. You don't attack my family. You don't attack my friends on my channel. They're on my channel out of the generosity of their heart and being okay with what I'm doing. And I'm okay being attacked because I'm the one that's making the decision to put myself out there. But that's a line that I won't allow to be crossed. And I think, and yeah, sure, somebody could argue, well, that's censorship. Yeah, well, you're an asshole. Create your own YouTube channel. You do what you want. No press is bad press. Right? When you get older, you should start a retirement van life village. I've had that thought too. I remember Chrome talking about that quite a few years ago. He's like saying, oh, maybe I'll get a plot of land when I'm older and I want to retire and I create a little place for van lifers to come. I've had that same exact thought now that I've lived the life. I think that would be awesome to do something like that, 100%. If I can get the channel successful enough and I can do that, that would be amazing. How cool would that be to have a place that is just like bought and paid for and people can just come and go? And I'll be the iron ruler. And if you leave garbage anywhere, you'll get a spanking. Calm down, Ashley. Oh, right. She's not here. You have to be protective of your friends, family, and the community that's been created around you. If you're fortunate enough to have a community created around you that loves you as much as the Luckies love me, and it's still weird for me to call everybody who calls themselves that the Luckies, because that was just a coin that everybody, that was a phrase that everybody coined for themselves. But that and friends and family, yeah, you got to be protective of that stuff. Like, there's a lot of negative garbage in the world out to get you, you got to draw the line in the sand and show what you actually value and care about. Jake is here to stir trouble. I feel like Francisco is here to stir trouble. Oh, Sarah Rose is going to do it. She's going to buy a place in Emmett. She's got it, guys. Everybody follow Sarah Rose. She's going to buy it next week. Lucky Beth is here. Hello, darling. Welcome to the live chat. Andrew says, protect me. You could protect yourself. I trained you better than that, Andrew. Come on now. Can we travel trailer folks have a spot in the van camp? 110%. And this is another thing that's very important to me. I've wanted to do this for a while. It'll probably end up being like a chapter finale for me at some point. I would love to. Let's talk about the creative side of my brain. I think I talked about one of these points last time. I think we did. Maybe I'll skip that part. But one of the things I've wanted to do for like one of my conclusions, or maybe not even a finale, conclusion finale, same thing, stick with me, is to like pose the question, what does van life mean to you? Right? When you think van life, what does it mean to you? And then I would have Amber on. I would have Mark the Paint Guy on. I would hope Bruce, Tamara, Get Her Better, Kevin. Like, if I could do interviews with the people that I know and talk, because there's a whole range of people that are sort of across the board. And I just want to see their opinion uninfluenced, right? And then give mine at the end of it. Because for me, van life is a way of living. It's not living in a van. You know what I mean? I might as well have called my channel Nomadic Life Plus, right? But van life is what attracted me to it. It's what I did. I'm in a van. But van life to me is the means to freedom. It's a mean to bettering yourself. It's a means to freeing yourself from the shackles of society and the burdens that are put upon you. This is just me. It might not work that way for everybody else, but that's what it means to me. So when you ask if us trailer folk can come, that's it. Van life is that. That is van life. My definition of van life is nomadic life, is alternative life. That's what that is. It doesn't matter what you're in. Are you in a van? Are you in a car? Are you in a trailer? Are you in a camper? I don't care. Are you just wanting a tent? Maybe you live in a tent. Maybe you've got a tiny little, what's those stupid things called? Those Nissan cubes or whatever, and a tent. But that's the way you live. I think, and even people that just want to come visit, they're welcome as well. But that, to me, is what van life actually is. It's exactly like Jackie said. It's a mindset. Well, yeah, it could be a mindset whether you're mobile or not. I'm speaking a little bit more to the people that actually are, but 100%, Jackie, it is a mindset, but it's a way of you're living your life. And I don't care if you're in a van or a trailer share, and you're more than welcome to come whenever we figure this out. Whenever Sarah signs the paperwork at this point. Oh, is Sandy D here? Hi, Sandy. Didn't see her come in. Nikki say, yeah, he is 38 and will be 39 in October. I don't think you have to tell Sandy D that. Are you 38 years young now? Yes, I am, Sandy. Hello. Welcome to the live chat. I hope you're actually live. Like all caught up. Because sometimes people join in and they start at the beginning and then their chats come through, but they're talking about stuff that we talked about 2 hours ago. And it's like, oh no, send them a smoke signal. Because then I forget you can just type it into chat. How do y'all know when his birthday is? I barely remember when my own birthday occurs. I don't even know when my birthday is. Although I put out a vlog saying my first birthday in my van. So that might be how. Exactly, Michael Woods. Got it. There's Nikki saying he did a vlog on his birthday. Amber says, yeah, I don't like when people say they're not van lifers because they live in an SUV or a trailer or on a boat or whatever. It's nomadic and it's amazing. 100%, right? That's the whole point. Says the girl that wants a high-rise downtown condo. Yukon, yes, that's my birthday. My birthday was yesterday. Denise Townsend, welcome to the live chat. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday. Everybody send Denise a whole bunch of happy birthday wishes, please, for me. I'm going to take my first bio break of the evening. I'm going to mute it so you don't have to hear the stream. I will be right back. We'll turn the camera this way and we'll put the boot. We're going to put the boot right here and you can just look at the boot while I deal with my issues. Be right back. I'm back. So sorry. My apologies. We lost like 40 souls there, but I don't blame them. It was just a boot. Everybody calm down. Okay. Oh. Okay, now put these guys over there. Put the boot up here. Oh, there's still some beer left in that boot. Get it in ya. I went to Benny's for brunch today with Byron and Amber. I bought a whole bunch of their bottled water to make a point because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm gonna. What's going on here? Blood deep juice boxes and an instant pot. There we go. I'm gonna partake just a little bit. Lucky Beth, that wasn't for me. It's not my birthday. I mean, I appreciate that, but this Denise's birthday. Unless you just want to. Happy birthday, Denise! I get $50. I hope you had a good day. Moving right along. Oh, that's nice of you to say, Robin. I'm doing what I can. You touched it and it still works. That's what she said. Did I use the fancy pea bottle? No, I haven't. I haven't broken that bottle in yet, Andrew. I still haven't decided. I kind of like it, but I haven't put water in it either. So maybe I'll christen it later. Thanks, Leopard Girl. Hi, Stella. How are you? Yeah, Chris is screwed come November. Is it 3rd? Oh my God, I'm the worst ever. Yeah, exactly. $50 American. That's like $400 Canadian. I can basically retire now. Hey, Pam W. How are you? Welcome to the live chat. Sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of dead air there. I'm just reading and enjoying the community for a moment as I do. As I mentioned in that last vlog, I don't do that enough. Or not, like 2 vlogs ago. I'm like, everybody talks to everybody and has these amazing relationships, and I love just watching it, but I don't take the opportunity that much to just watch you. Let me watch you. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Whoa, Francisco's done. I'll be writing you off as a dependent. Damn it! Chris's birthday is not November 5th. Andrew Chapman, I'm watching you. Pam, did I see your Instagram message? No. Let me just get my phone out of its shackles. Hang on. Kriya says, I wonder if there's a heated pee bottle with massage function. That seems a little aggressive and unnecessary, but I'm intrigued. Let me know if you find one. Yikes. Do you need a massage when that's happening, though? Could be distracting. Okay. Instagram. Where's Instagram? There it is. Hang on. Checking to see if Pam sent me a message on Instagram. I don't see anything from a Pam on Instagram. Do you have a different name? It has numbers after the Pam W. Quality content. Quality content. I don't see Pam. I don't think I got your message. I apologize, but I see nothing. Ooh, From Dusk Till Dawn. The movie or the shitty TV show, Jackie? Where'd the music go? What's happening here? I turned it down. That happens. Now you're making me think I'm crazy. Well, I don't see a message, Pam. What do you want from? There goes the phone. I don't know what you want from me. Stella's always hungry. Figure it out. Actually, we can afford to give you some more food. Hey, Canadian Warrior is here. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the live chat. The movie. Good for you, girl. Where's your food? Here you go. You want some of this? You want some turkey and salmon dinner? This is from Vern. Say thank you to Vern. 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 There we go. When did Penny go to the back? Hello, darling. How are you, Tubbers? More food for the Tubbers cats. Will I go see The Little Mermaid? No, I will not go see that movie. Thank you for asking, I guess. Why do I keep mixing up their names? Probably because you're pushing the Q-tip in when you feel resistance, Yukon. I highly advise against doing that. You'll do so much better if you stop poking your brain. Okay. I feel like this live stream is missing some Barbie movie content. Not really, but someone mentioned Little Mermaid. The difference is the Barbie movie kind of looks like it might be fun. The Little Mermaid is like an unfun version of a movie I already saw. Like, I don't know what to expect, but Greta Gerwig is usually pretty good, and the Barbie movie looks like it. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic for that. Disney needs to stop remaking their movies in live action. Who asked for that shit? Stop it. I mean, maybe I'm biased because it's my childhood, but you're also making garbage movies. Like, they're not good. Aladdin was my favorite, and the live action was okay. But like the Lion King, the live action Lion King, let's not forget, was not live action. There ain't a single human in that movie. So that shit was all animated by a computer. Spoilers, so was the 1995 one. That was computer animation back then. Yes, they hand drew it, but it was all inserted into the computer. Unlike, let's say, Snow White. But it was the same movie verbatim. They're just selling us the same shit over and over. We don't need any of this. Finally, my cousin said this the other day. We were driving to Caslow. She's like, Disney doesn't make anything original anymore. Then I'm like, yeah, they don't. They haven't for years. There's nothing. It's all about the dollars, but it's just, we got to start speaking with our wallets because it's bullshit. This is the company that gave us really good movies, and now it's all nonsense. Like, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you. They're not running out of ideas. They've run out of ideas. Like, no. Oh my God, Indiana Jones looks horrible. Like, they released they have lifted the review embargo, and that movie's getting torn apart. And it's just like, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy needs to go. She has ruined Star Wars. She ruined Willow, which never should have been touched. And now Indy's not even going to get his final send off. And that's impressive because it's freaking James Mangold that directed it. But there's just, Spielberg had the way. Even if you didn't like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I know why, and I get it, at least it still had that Steven Spielberg flair to it, right? Like, it had its absolute missteps. But from what I'm hearing about Dial of Destiny, it's because, no, this should not have happened. Kathleen Kennedy's got to go. And whoever's greenlighting all of these real-life remakes of Disney cartoons, they need to go. Good Lord. And Marvel needs to stop, too, on that point. Like, I'm done with Marvel. Guardians Volume 3 was great. And I am, like, I don't know, and this is hypocrisy, I guess, or whatever, hypocritical of me. I am looking forward to the Marvels. I know, like, most people aren't. Most people didn't like Captain Marvel. I like Brie Larson. I like Captain Marvel. That's, again, probably because I'm a child of the 90s, and the fact that she fell in through the roof of a blockbuster is really cool to me. But even I can see the flaws of that first Captain Marvel movie. But Marvel's done, dude. Like, they blew their load. Like, Endgame in Infinity War, that was it. That was a great 10 years of storytelling, and they did it. Who remembers Phase 4? What Spider-Man and Doctor Strange? That's like, I know the other movies that were part of that phase, but they're never going to do it. They're never going to capture lightning in a bottle because they doubled down on everything. As soon as they started making these Disney Plus shows like Marvel, like Loki and WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Hawkeye, and what else? Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. And then they just expect everybody to watch all of that in order to actually understand the movies. That's baloney. No. Like, that's one of the best jokes. Is like, well, it's not our fault if they don't watch literally every single thing we put out. But even then, the quality of it is garbage. Did somebody just say She-Hulk was the best? Somebody's got to go away. Jesse, suck it. Yes, Broken Nomad is Thor. But that's, again, I use that scene was from Endgame. Like, they did it. Like, the Russo brothers, that was a perfect ending. They crushed it. Guardians 3, really well done. It had its share of faults. but it was way better than the second one. And what's his name? I can't. I'm very heated right now, and I'm forgetting the director's name. But he did a great job capping that off. And but he's moving over to DC now, so we've lost him. So just leave it alone. Just let well enough alone. Those Marvel movies were done. There's a problem. The fact is that all Hollywood is doing is sequels, superhero movies, and remakes. Tell me I'm wrong, right? When's the last time you saw a really good original movie? Yes, you can do it. Absolutely. You can name it 100%, but we're not getting them nearly as much. Has anybody seen, so again, on that same drive to Caslow with Lindsay, there's this river that I'm going to show it off in a vlog, an upcoming vlog in like the next 2 or 3 vlogs. There's this river that pretty much goes along the entire highway. I had never seen the river that high because the glacier melt was happening and it was raining a ton, which was speeding up the glacier melt. So this river was raging. Really cool. But it reminded me of the movie The River Wild. Has anybody seen the movie The River Wild with Meryl Streep? Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon? Phenomenal movie. We do not get movies like that anymore. We just don't. Like the last decent original movie I watched was The Whale. It wasn't even an original because it was an adaptation of a stage play, and it's very uncomfortable to watch. But at least Darren Aronofsky is making original content. I mean, aside from Noah. Noah's not really original, but it was still really good. I really enjoyed that movie. But it's all superhero movies, remakes, and sequels, and it's just garbage. My teeth are getting in the way. They always get in the way. So no, I know some people they love the Marvel movies, and that's you're part of the problem. Stop giving them your money because it's all the same shit every single time. And every freaking Marvel movie, every single character has to make a joke about everything. It's like they realized that worked in like a certain amount of movies, and then they've just infused it into everything, and it takes the weight away from it all. Like there's this scene in Guardians where they're having this like really heartfelt moment, and then they immediately interject, everybody can hear you, everybody's making fun of you, ha ha ha, this is so funny. Just let the serious moments lie for a little bit. Like it's just too much. All right, let's go back to the chat now and see how fired up everybody is, especially Francisco. Hi, Margot. How are you? Yeah, studios are absolutely afraid of making anything original because for so long people just weren't going out and supporting it 100%, right? Like you can't make a movie without $500 million anymore. It's just, we've come to this point with blockbuster movies, unfortunately. Oh, bad humor is fine. Awkward humor and stuff like that, that's fine, Cam. But there is a time and a place. There's certain moments where you have to just especially when you're telling a story, right? Like, I don't know. I didn't like Nacho Libre ever, but I didn't like the directors. I didn't like Napoleon Dynamite either. Oh my God. Mandalorian was good up until season 3. I didn't watch in season 3 because I heard it's garbage. Oh my gosh, you're getting a new car, Lisa? What are you getting? That's cool. And Vern's driving it in for you? Talk about a princess you are. Oh my God, that's okay. Curtis makes a good point. And the Mario movie was amazing. Now you're going to argue, oh, it's not original, but it is. But it is because it's finally an animated Mario movie, and they crushed it. There was no agenda, there was no nonsense, and it was paced so well. That movie, and I don't normally like animated. I shouldn't say I don't normally like animated movies. I don't normally go to the theater to see animated movies because I'm like, until my kiddo's old enough, it's weird to me. And I've always been that way. I think the last animated movie I saw in theaters was like The Incredibles at the cheap theater way back in the day. Ford Escape. Oh, a new to you vehicle. Nice. But yeah, that Mario movie is great. Like it was such a fun time. Just like, let's just watch a good movie of people just like having fun. Like the animators just did it. They did it well. The voice cast was on point. It was just so good. Did I try that? I haven't tried the marmalade yet. I just got a toaster. So I'll be able to make toast and put the marmalade on it. Marguerite Mitchell from British Columbia. Hello, darling. I liked Renfield. I don't think it was anything special, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I know not a lot of people will enjoy it, but I had a good time with that movie. Nicolas Cage, you say he had flop movies for the past few years. He's been having flop movies for a lot longer than the past few years. But that's because he just does everything. Let's not forget he used to be a really good actor. He still is. He just does whatever he wants. But yeah, it's definitely been a little bit longer than a few years. Although Pig was really good. Pig and Joe. If you haven't seen those movies, those are great Nicolas Cage movies from the last 10 years. That's Stella. Dude, just get out here. Hi, beach. One day. Keanu Reeves is always consistent. Boring. I saw you say it the first time, Lisa. 2015 Ford Escape. Unbearable Weight of Macedonia is a great Nick Cage. I need to watch that one, Andrew. I do want to see that one, 100%. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought Napoleon Dynamite was Big Lebowski tier, i.e. terrible. I haven't seen the Big Lebowski in a while, so I don't know if I agree with your analogy, because I do love the Coen brothers, but yeah, I was never a fan. Napoleon Dynamite has moments like Liger and the whole whatever. I don't even remember what he says now. Ooh, and he just goes, that's funny. The rest of the movie I could do without. I like Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah, Wonderland, Willy's Wonderland or whatever. I enjoyed that. Yeah, Nicolas Cage doesn't say a single word. That was a total ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I actually did enjoy that movie. Arlene says, hello, Matthew, Penny, and Stella. Just got back from my youngest grandson's high school graduation. He actually finished in December and one semester of college down. Congratulations! And welcome to the live chat. Also, hello, Reg. How are you? I saw Keanu Reeves today and he said, yikes. You sure you didn't say, whoa? Penny is, I think she's crashing at the back right now, Beach. Sorry. Hello, Bettina. Welcome to the live stream, my dear. I hope you're having a good Friday. I like the movie Pixels, says Lisa. Well, you're entitled to your own opinion. I actually didn't mind Pixels. I like Kevin James too. It's just funny how sometimes they can be decent, him and Adam Sandler, and sometimes they can be awful. Like Grown Ups 1 is great. Grown Ups 2 is garbage. Are you kidding me again with this? Come on, man. You got to scratch it. Come here. I'm going to show you where the scratcher is. Maybe you're just old and blind or something. Look. Come here. Give me your claws. There you go. Scratch this. Yeah. You got this. Scratch that. She's not listening to me. Scratch it. She's just staring at me. You're an idiot. Okay, well, you each their own. Pixels was filmed outside my office, the big Pac-Man scene. There you go. Adam Sandler's best movie? Ooh. There's so many. Like Big Daddy was good. Billy Madison is great. Stella's eating chips. Hang on. No, you don't get to eat those. Stop. You pulled them out of the bag. That was a vlog-worthy moment, but I'm not vlogging right now. Mine, not yours. Waterboy ain't bad. Mr. Deeds is good. Man. But you know what? I even liked newer. It's not even that new anymore. But I liked newer stuff like Click. Click got to me, right? Like Click deals with that whole father. Oh God, if I watched Click now, because I haven't watched it since Brooklyn was born. I was about to say since I had Brooklyn. Calm down, ego. But I bet you that movie would get to me even more now. Spanglish is a really good movie. I'm just naming Adam Sandler movies now. Because even Punch Drunk Love was fun. Yeah, Little Nicky wasn't bad. I didn't mind that one. I enjoyed the first murder mystery. I haven't watched the second one yet. My dad said it was no good, but I don't know. I want to give it a shot. Happy Gilmore. How could I forget Happy Gilmore? That's probably what I would say is my favorite, at least. I don't know about his best, but I think if gun to my head, not that anybody asked or got that intense, Happy Gilmore. Yeah. Why didn't you go home, Paul? The price is wrong, bitch. Sorry, it's just I've never seen Jack and Jill. I've heard it's horrible. Where he's playing both his brother or the brother and the sister. That's too much Adam Sandler. The Falcon, Enterprise, or Galactica? None of them. I've never seen any of them. Rob, you don't have to apologize for being a Robin Williams fan. Robin Williams is amazing. I quoted him earlier, kind of. I paraphrased him earlier. That was a sad day when the world lost him. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. She's coming for chips. Yeah, I know. Savage. Hey, friends. M. Santabaria is here. Hello, hello, darling. How are you? Oh, I like That's My Boy. That's a good one, too. That's a very vulgar one, but with him and... Because I don't really like Andy Samberg outside of that movie and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But fun story for those that don't know. Unrelated, but Brooklyn was born 9.9 pounds, 9 pounds, 9 ounces. Just the way it worked out. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire was good. There's so many good... Robin Williams' career was phenomenal. Dead Poets Society, Awakenings, freaking Mrs. Doubtfire. What else we got? Jumanji. Oh, my God. Patch Adams. What was that one he did with Billy Crystal? Father's Day. God. And then all this 1 Hour Photo, Insomnia, The Night Listener. That man was great. He was gold. And Hook. Oh my God, the birdcage, so good. Fussy, fussy, fussy. Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. Did you keep it all inside? Him and Nathan Lane in that movie, so good. RV was fun. It was bad, but fun. I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I wish Jim Carrey would do a comeback in comedy movies. He will not, unfortunately, but I agree. Did anybody here see that movie with Jim Carrey and Steve Carell? The Amazing or whatever. It's called The Magnificent Burt Wonderstone, where they played the Vegas magicians. Man, was that forgettable, sadly. He says he's retired. Yeah, he says he's done unless like a perfect script comes along. Oh yeah, Batty in Fern Gully. That was a great role. Yeah, the genie, obviously, in Aladdin. Flubber. Hey, Tamara's still here. Flubber was good. You got that right, girl. Oh yeah, Hank Azaria. Yeah. 100%. Thoughts on Monty Python? Answer correctly, I will hurt you. I wasn't a fan. I only watched it when I was younger, and I haven't gone back to it. My instincts tell me I'd probably enjoy it because I love Faulty Towers, right? But I never went back and watched it. But like a lot of those characters too did 2 movies that I really enjoyed. A Fish Called Wanda is a really funny movie. And then there was also Fierce Creatures with the same cast that not a lot of people know about. It's like a spiritual successor to A Fish Called Wanda, but yeah, it's really funny. So I should probably like track down like Life of Brian and Holy Grail and whatnot and give it a go. Well, Man on the Moon was great. Man on the Moon, the film. Jim Carrey killed it as Andy Kaufman. Somebody's talking about Face Off. We're talking about Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. That was John Woo directed that. I think that's great. I want his face. Oh, A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yeah, well, that's phenomenal. That's just like live action Family Guy. So good. Like Seth MacFarlane does a great job acting in that movie too. Oh, Corner Gas. Corner Gas is you got to be in the mood for it. Like it's not. It's very Canadian, and I do enjoy it. But like to that extent, I enjoyed Schitt's Creek more. Not exactly in the same style, but from like Canadian content creators. It's true. But yeah, Corner Gas is enjoyable for sure. Yellow Wolf, how you doing? Oh, please, Andrew. You're a little too uppity over there. No, Seth's not meant to act, but he was just, I think the way he was in that movie was fine because it was literally the same as Family Guy. And it's just, you're not there for act. If you're expecting phenomenal acting in that movie. I feel like you were setting yourself up for disappointment, though. Nikki says, which is funnier? What is funnier? Holy Grail and Life of Brian will give you most bang for your buck. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Seth is Massachusetts royalty. I've wanted to buy the motel from Schitt's Creek for years, long before the show had it. Nice. The Rosebud Motel. I expected nothing on that movie. And I was still disappointed. Just for my friends. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Schitt's Creek was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think that whole family really killed that movie. That show. They really did it good. They didn't overstay their welcome either. It probably could have lasted a little bit longer, but I think it was kind of perfect that it didn't too. You just fold in the cheese. How do you fold in the cheese? Just fold it in. Just fold it in. I don't know what that means. David! What? God, David. Although I can't stand Moira. I don't like Catherine O'Hara, great actress, loved her in Home Alone. I can't, and people love Moira in that show. They love her. I can't stand her. Obviously that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Ew, David. Obviously that's a bit of an exaggeration because I watched the whole show and I would still watch it again. But she is definitely the character I'm just like, God! That whole all of her shit with the Crows movies and stuff. I'm just like, ugh. She's the one character I could have done without, but it is what it is. Have I discussed if I want to about grandfather's boat plan to get it fixed yet? No, I haven't talked about it yet. There is no plan, a beach. That's just it is what it is. I'll deal with it when I can deal with it. And then we're about to Meet the Fockers was pretty good. Yeah, Meet the Fockers was pretty good. I want to make a chimichanga. We got fuckerized him. All those movies are good. Well, Little Fockers is pretty bad. It's not that enjoyable. At least I don't remember much from that movie. But yeah, Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, great movies, I think. I also liked. Has anybody seen with Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro Analyze This and Analyze That, where De Niro plays the mob guy who has a panic attack and has to go see a therapist? That's so. Those movies are funny. Well, Analyze This is the first one, and it's far superior. Analyze That is the inferior sequel for sure, but we still enjoy it. Oh, We're the Millers. That was a funny movie. I'm going to screw it up. Jason, not Bateman. Oh God, he's the other one from Horrible Bosses. Oh, he's on the soccer. He's on the soccer show on Apple TV right now. Oh no! But yeah, We're the Millers was great. Yes, Sudeikis. Thank you. That's right. Yeah, he's Batman in movie 43. What about Eugene Levy's body of work? I didn't really follow it too much, Jake. I know he's got all that best in show and stuff, and that's why Catherine O'Hara was on Schitt's Creek. I know that much because they had a really good working relationship for sure. Honestly, what do you think my first exposure to Eugene Levy was? Come on now, first person to type it into chat. Let's go. What was my first exposure to Eugene Levy? And yes, I enjoy Jason Statham movies. Everything from Crank to the Transporter movies. I really like the first Transporter. The whole set in France thing where he's making his little cookies. Oh, so good. American Pie. Nailed it. Yeah. American Pie for sure. Dale Brownlee, yes, I will. But not tonight. Francisco, I never saw that movie. Thank you, though. Jason Statham is my spirit animal. Yeah, I really enjoy him as an action hero. I don't think we get a lot of those anymore. So that's why I enjoy the Expendables movies so much, all three of them. And I do hope that they get that fourth one done. Okay, from being a kid of the 80s and the 90s, I watched a lot of those old action movies growing up, like Rambo and the Terminator and all this stuff. And then they kind of went away when the 2000s hit. So then when Jason Statham sort of came on the scene after Snatch and whatnot, it was nice to see him do stuff like Transporter and Crank, and then even did his body of work is really good. There's one movie called, I think it's Wild Card in Vegas, where he plays a guy that has a gambling problem. Is really well done. There's one where he's got a deaf or a mute girl with him. I can't remember its name. He's got all these little weird one-off movies that he really does a good job in that you wouldn't expect. But he's really good at what he does. He's no better than Keanu Reeves. Well, he's better than Keanu Reeves. Everybody's better than Keanu Reeves, but I enjoy him. I was a little upset that he wasn't in Fast X more. He's only in one scene in that movie. But Real Steel. Oh wow, I haven't thought about that movie for a while, Denise. Yeah, I have seen it. I enjoyed it. That's when I was like had a huge crush on Evangeline Lilly because of Lost. But yeah, that robot fighting movie with Hugh Jackman. I thought it was fun. Like somebody just basically took those old like that game where you just whack the stick and the robots punch each other and they made it into a movie. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like Jake. I like the Wolverine guy. Hugh Jackman. I think he's pretty good. I'm excited to see him in Deadpool 3. That's cool. Oh, Lisa, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Love it. Love that movie. I think did I use that? I can't remember where I used that scene, but where they have their fight in the house and Brad Pitt just comes like out of the fire and just cracks her across the face. Express yourself, bang, and that the song that plays. Like Doug Liman was the director of that movie, and he just crushed it. I think he did a great job, and you could tell that they had so much fun making it. Say what you want about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston, blah 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 blah. That movie was a lot of fun for sure. Real Steel crossed with Chappie. Chappie was a great movie. I really enjoyed Chappie. That was the African director Neil Blomkamp. Yeah, Chappie was good. I like District 9 better, but Chappie was enjoyable. I wasn't a big fan of the one he did with Matt Damon, though. I need to watch it again. I can't remember what that one was called. But that was the one about the societal structure where they were separated. The rich people lived up and the poor people lived down. What the hell was that movie called? I liked Ozark. I don't really remember much of the end. I remember like the first two seasons a lot more. There was a lot more of impressionable moments in the first two seasons. The last two, I'm like, whatever. Elysium, that's the one. Brad Pitt's first movie was Thelma and Louise. That is a very fun fact, and she is accurate. He played the sexy little cowboy guy in the hotel. Then the two ladies went off a cliff. Spoilers if you haven't seen Thelma and Louise. I haven't seen Ratatouille. Again, it's one of those Pixar movies. I just kind of got off the bandwagon there. Downsizing was enjoyable. Downsizing, that was Matt Damon, because that was Alexander Payne that directed that. I like his body of work. He's done stuff like About Schmidt and The Descendants with George Clooney. Really, really good. He's one of those directors that still making original stuff, much like the guy that did Requiem for a Dream and The Whale. I mentioned him earlier. There's a lot of names flying around in my head right now, so forgive me, everybody, but I can't remember now. Yeah, but Downsizing was fun. Yeah, Descendants is a great movie. That's like George Clooney. George Clooney's a really good actor. He doesn't do much lately, but after he got out of ER and into mainstream movies, he was really enjoyable. Chug, chug, chug. Ollie was good. Downsizing was making a point. I loved it, but it gets into your head. Ollie. I can't picture that movie. Andrew, I got to go, everybody. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Much love to the Van Life Plus family. See everyone next time. Thanks, Andrew. Enjoy your weekend, my man. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, the new Tom Hanks movie. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. It's A Man Called Ollie, or A Man Named Ollie, or whatever is what it's called, right? That's the full title of it. No, a man called Otto. A Man Named Otto. That's what it's called, right? There we go. Yeah, nailed it. Does anybody else? There's a movie called it's an older movie with Steve Martin. Oh no, I'm gonna screw it up. Roxanne, where he's got the big long nose. That movie was filmed in Nelson, BC. Oddly enough, fun little fact. That if you haven't seen that, track that movie down. It's in the same. It came out around the same time or within a few years of movies like Uncle Buck and stuff. And it's got a lot. It's really fun. It's a really fun movie. Oh, Scully was good. I haven't seen the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks, but I really enjoyed Scully. That was directed by Clint Eastwood. I'll pretty much watch anything Clint Eastwood does or did. He's kind of lost his edge now, sadly. El Macho or whatever it was. Cry Macho was. Oh boy, Clint, time to hang up the old cowboy hat, sir. Yeah, BC Rambo was filmed in Hope. I didn't know that until recently. I rewatched the movie with my dad, like I don't know, a few months before they moved to BC, and that's when I realized that Rambo had been filmed in Hope. Super cool. Yeah, he's 89. Yes, he is. He's had a great career, and he's still going. But he's just like Cry Macho was just. Mm-mm. Hey, Catherine, you're late. Aren't you? Because you got into your Vizzies too early. What the hell are you doing, girl? Well, that's the other problem. There's so many people connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Like all of that was just. That's the reason I'm so disillusioned with Hollywood these days. Like there's so much garbage going on that we don't even see and don't even know, and then what we do know is terrifying enough. But it's the same reason. It's just like, well, I love Kevin Spacey as an actor. I can't let his, all of his other stuff affect me. It's like I don't support a lot of the newer movies, but you also can't watch anything basically. You watch any movie, you're basically supporting horrible shit in the world. That's just a fact. If you don't want to admit it to yourself, that's fine. You don't have to. And you can just enjoy the movies, and that's not. I still find myself doing that. But like I was at a point in my life where it's like I don't care what they're doing in their personal life. Like, yeah, you have to draw the line at some point. But like the fact that Kevin Spacey did this horrible shit and now he's no longer in Hollywood and I don't know if he was convicted or what. I still enjoy The Ref. I still enjoy The Usual Suspects. I still enjoy American Beauty. Like it was the same like when Tom Cruise acted like a moron and jumped on the couch. I'm in love with Katie Holmes and acted like a moron or on Oprah's show. It's like, yeah, well, whatever. Let him do whatever he wants. I'm still going to enjoy Mission Impossible. So I don't know. Except Keanu Reeves. Yeah, he's a jerk. Brother of the Brides were good. I enjoyed those movies. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Just kind of how like you enjoy my vlogs, but you don't really like me as a person. And you nailed it on the head right there. Yeah, exactly, Jake. You're not wrong about that, sir. Just for fun, co-create happy says, just for fun, Terminator, Die Hard, Fargo, Night at the Roxbury, Elf, Step Brothers, Borat, Young Frankenstein. Okay, I'm just gonna do this really quickly. Better than the sequel, fight me on it. The best Christmas movie ever made. Phenomenal, probably the best movie they've ever done outside of No Country for Old Men. One of the best Saturday Night Live adaptations ever, aside from Wayne's World. Overrated, but still enjoyable Christmas movie. Horrible, and I don't enjoy it at all because them together are obnoxious as shit. I didn't really enjoy it, but I can take it or leave it. And put the candle back. Good night, Leopard Girl. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your evening, my dear. Deborah does not like Adam Sandler. She's disappointed every single time. At least you give him the chance to entertain you every single time. My wife. Oh, man. Where's the... Oh, wait. I had my bottle of water. I behaved well enough. Let's get one more of these tail whipped lagers into the Bootstein, shall we? Tail whip lager. Oh, hello. Instant pot. There we go. Good night, Sheila Kane. Thank you for being here. Almost quiz time. Oh. I wasn't planning on doing a trivia night, but I suppose we could for fun. It might take me a while to think of questions if people want to do that. It's just I guess that's the natural progression of these live streams at this point. Cheers, Reg. Aussie Jack says, favorite whiskey. I would usually say Bullet, but I think Grace O'Malley, the one that I drank on my St. Patrick's Day live stream, is my new favorite. New Denver is never the answer. Give O'Malley. That wasn't even kind of close. Hereditary was a good movie, Mario. You're not wrong. Yeah, that director I enjoy. He's had. I didn't. Well, I shouldn't say that because I didn't like Midsommar. I thought that movie was. You can take it or leave it. I wish I could do the camping meetup with Matthew and the gang. Well, it's a Patreon only thing, Pam. I know, but not everybody can make it. There's not even that many people that are able to come, but the people that are coming, it's going to be a gosh darn good time. Steven Seagal movies. I haven't watched a Steven Seagal movie in years. What was the train one? Under Siege? Well, Under Siege, one was a train, one was a boat, right? That's all I really remember. Hey, there's Tim. Unplugged Photography. I mistook you for someone else earlier. Who's a tool? SS is a tool. Who's a tool? Who's SS? Oh, Steven Seagal. He's a tool. He's a tool. He's a tool to be used to rescue the hostages. Oh, Catherine. Yeah, I guess you started late. Bruce Van Life Jr. gave this to me. It's a Oktoberfest mug, which is just a way of saying it's a boot with hair on its hat. Name the lyrics. Above the law, because I don't believe in police either. Is it Above the Law? I'm talking about the movie. I remember that now. Is that the one where he has the dog? He rescues the dog in the garbage bag. More fun. Rush Hour, The Hangover. They all overstayed their welcome. First ones were the best ones. Second ones were mediocre. Third ones were garbage. Other way around for The Hangover. I enjoyed the third one more than I enjoyed the second one. You so silly, Boot Man. I am now the Boot Man. Nice, Tim. You got the countdown going. That's awesome. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I like it. I mean, they all... Curry did a good job. I like it because Meatloaf was in it. Because I like Meatloaf as an artist. May he rest in peace. I think that story, that the way Rocky Horror Picture Show was meant to be seen is live. You need to, because I saw it at a theater in Edmonton, and it was so much better than the movie. And I know that's like, because there's a cult following for that movie, and it is fine, but I think it's meant to be seen live with an audience. There's certain elements of the story and the way it works that it just works better because there's a lot of audience interaction when you see it live. That's my humble opinion. Underscore the answer to that question is it's April 2022. That's when all the gray started showing up. Specifically April 1st. April Fool's, joke's on me. For those that don't know, it's the day Amber showed up. Peppery. All right, let's do a little bit of trivia here. We'll kick it off with an easy one. First person to type the new slogan that I say at the end of every video wins. The first person to type that into chat. Thanks, Jason. The boot is pretty cool. Kevin's like, I'm over it. Hey, Amber wins. I got this, mother. Francisco, dead fishes. No. Well, a lot of people got it right. That's awesome. Something about fish and going with the flow. Yukon, your homework is to watch more videos to the end. Son of a bitch. Yukon thinks I'm going to come visit her and she doesn't even know. She didn't watch my videos. Mother. Amber typed it before you even finished. Oh, yeah. Well, you're upside down, so your internet connection's a little slow. Francisco, I wasn't ready. Yukon's making promises she can't keep. You expect me to be able to type properly? Shush. Shush. Good, Andrew. All right, what was the name of the campground where our first camping trip was? 2 words. This is fun. Only dead cats are smelly. Okay. All right. Amber got it again. I'm going to have to make it harder now. Hang on. Okay. All right. Beaver. Oh, Jackie, I meant this year. Jackie got confused. I meant this year. Dinosaur mimes. is not a place I've been to, but sounds phenomenal, Francisco. Jurassic Creek, you're on fire, sir. Don Mendez, good evening to you. Welcome to the live chat. You're joining us at almost 3 hours in. We're just doing some VanlifePLUS trivia here. Oh, Sandy, she might be behind. If you have filmed an hour and a half, how long do you spend on editing? I don't know if she's going to get this far, sadly. Somebody tell Sandy to catch up. I think I've answered that, but it's like 2 to 3 hours always for editing. Geriatric Park. Don says, I was drinking, as you should be on Friday, son. Everybody calm down. That was put on. Photo Her says, do you have any favorite B movies, as in Bruce Campbell style of movies? Ooh. I mean, for the original Evil Dead's pretty enjoyable. I need to watch it again and kind of re-up on that. I don't really know. Everybody sort of got their own idea of what constitutes as a B movie. Like, to me, Cabin in the Woods is a B movie, but it wasn't Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon produced it, and Drew Goddard directed it. I really enjoyed that. I'd call it a B movie, but it's a high-quality B movie. But that's definitely one of my go-tos for sure. And if I'm being like 100% honest, the first Sharknado. I said what I meant. You always do trivia when I'm drunk and I can't see the keyboard is blurry. That's on you, man. Jason. Oh, Burn Notice was a great series, Cam. I knew I liked you. I never finished it though. Burn Notice, I watched that in Edmonton in a very different time of my life. I watched Burn Notice and Psych. They kind of went hand in hand. I think because they were both USA Network shows that I just so happened to find on DVD at like I think it was HMV when that was still around, and I bought them. But I don't think I ever finished Burn Notice, but I did watch the Bruce Campbell spin-off movie. I remember that. What was that called? Sam. His name was Sam something. Yeah, Psych I enjoyed a lot. I never finished Psych either. That's available on Amazon Prime. I should go back. Anyway, it wasn't. It was. Shut up, Francisco. Thought we were friends. I used to have that theme song on my phone. Oh, Byron texted me. He's got a crazy story for me. I'll have to catch up with that later, sir. Oh God. Let's see here. What? Yeah, psych you out, you son of a. All right, you know what? That worked. It worked, but that's because I'm drinking beer. Burn Notice was phenomenal. I enjoyed it a lot. Jeffrey, what's his name? God, the actor. I only see him in a few things. You know what else was a really good show? And they're actually doing a sequel series to it. Justified. I loved Justified with Timothy Olyphant. That was such a good adaptation of the Elmore Leonard short story, or was it more of a novella? But Fire in the Hole, so good. Jeffrey Donovan, thank you. The Fall of Sam Axe, that's the one. All right, next trivia question. Let me think of something here. Hang on. It's got to be one that Amber won't know. Maybe she will know. Maybe she'll impress me. Is everybody ready? If you're ready for the next question, type 1 into chat. Shut up, you. Oh, Jake's down in you're down in the hollers there, are you, Jake? The hollers of Kentucky. Oh, that show was so good. Yeah, they're bringing it back. Raylan Gibbons is coming back. He's going to Chicago or Detroit. One of those cities. All right, the next question is, what was the make and model of the rental car that I had recently? Not the Hyundai. Hey, Just Cameron and his Jeep got it, but Amber got it right as well. That's impressive, but good for you, Cam. Yes, it was a Chrysler 300. That's funny. Good for you. It was not a Jeep, says Kevin. No, it wasn't. What was the color of the Jeep that I test drove? Andrew was just like Wrangler. Underscore got it. Green. Pam W next. Francisco didn't even name a color. He said yelled. That's not a thing, but all right. Not black. Yeller. It was yeller. No, it wasn't, Francisco. It wasn't yelled or yeller. It was dark. It was dark. It needs to be in the right light for it to see the green. What do I get far too much of in the mail? Not on my screen, Sarah. Not on mine. Underscore got it again. Funnels, funnels, funnels. Not finnels, Amber. Presents for the cats. That's that. I don't know if I would have accepted that answer, but I was looking for funnels. Not enough Dixons. Oh, no, that's not the answer, Kevin. All right. See if I can think of another one. Okay, I will accept variations on this answer, but if everybody who's been here has been watching basically since the beginning and watching my vlogs, you should be able to tell. What's the name of the brewery in Revelstoke that I get my beer from? In Francisco. New Denver! It will never be New Denver again, ever, Francisco. Oh, that's not a variation I will accept. I will accept Amber's answer of Mount Begbie. All right, we got to start stomping Amber here, people. What's going on? It is like I would have accepted Mount from Nikki, but MT is literally how they do it. So I have to accept Amber's answer of Mount Begbie. It's the Lucky of the mountains. It's way better than Lucky, but still. Hello, one ugly bastard. How are you? I wasn't being rude. It's his name. Castle Guard. That's a cool name. Amber knows way too much. You're not wrong. She is usually terrible at Tivia. The Hi, Vernon. We waited for you. How'd that Ford Escape treat you, my man? I hear you got a brand new to you 2015 whip. What color is it, though? That's the question. Doesn't really matter. It's a Ford Escape. But I'm still curious. Does the beer boot have a mustache or a toupee? I say it's a side pony more than anything. It's definitely not a mustache, but it could be. Hey! Oh, that smells. It's black. Ah, I see. Tina's the outsider is here. Hello, darling. How are you? The answers are coming through before I hear your question. You've got some bad internet, Angela. You want to call your internet service provider and say, hey, I need better internet. I couldn't hear Matt's questions. That's bullshit. That's what you got to do, Angela. I'm tasking you. That's your homework tomorrow. Say, hey, TNT or wherever. Verizon, fix this right now. Right, Stella? I agree. Why aren't Amber and I dating? Because dating sucks. And we might just bloody well be. It's already stressful enough. I had to tell her to stuff it earlier today. Who wants that? Who needs that shit? Ugh. Amber's great. Anybody want to date her? Come get her. But I'm in my own place to be serious to answer the question, Nicole, and not just seem like I'm being a dick or anything. It's nothing to do with Amber and everything to do with me, and I'm just not there. So, and I am very happy, more than happy. I've done this enough on my vlogs. I was wasted last time on my last live stream, and I talked about her, and she's great to have as a friend. And I'm in a place in my life where it's far more important to have a rock solid friend that has your back and you have theirs than it is to have a, would you give me fucking chocolates? It's Valentine's Day, son of a bitch. That never happened to me. I'm just projecting. Hey, Coffee Gator, how you doing? I know, Kevin. That's not my middle name, Francisco. Yeah, exactly. See? And what she just typed, that's exactly why. I'll just expect them. No, sir. Methinks Matt complains too much. Really? Methinks Lisa needs a timeout. Yes, I do, underscore. Oh, that's a good. Oh, no, Amber will get that question. Never mind. All right. Hopefully everybody's ready. I complain about Amber too much. Oh, yeah? You try it. That's all I can say to that. What was the color of the baseball hat Francisco sent me? Lady J9 kills it. Coming in clutch even before Francisco. Red. Oh, Red Taco's just mistaken. Wait, green. Yes, you were right, Red Taco. You were right. Green with a B on it. Rigged. This game is rigged. It's rigged. Nobody knows because you didn't put out a vlog. Pink. I win. Ah. Well, that made it a trick question because you said the hat. And I don't care. I don't commit that nonsense to memory. Quick, go. Yes, it was. It's right here. Let's wear it. Hey, proved. Point proven. Oh, yeah, Agnes and Despicable Me. It's so fluffy, I want to die. Underscore, technically they do. There are gates at every entrance. I've never seen them closed. Maybe one day I'll get the balls to just do that, to try to stay there and see what happens. But again, that's kind of obnoxious, right? And flies in the face of the last things that I was saying about just like respect the rules of being in a city. So maybe I just get up really early and drive down there and see, because they're supposed to open at like 5 in the morning. So I could get up really early and drive down at 4. And if they're open, well, then that's not really breaking the rules. Have I? Yes, I did rescue dog treats. I did. Once. Amber's like, it's beige. Nobody's playing. Oh, God. I love how Francisco's still answering trivia questions for questions that have not been asked. Good night, Pam. Thank you for stopping in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I don't know how the fires are right now. The air quality is pretty good right now. There's still smoke in the air. You look from a distance, downtown is still hazy, but it's not like assaulting you in the face like it was in my video. Hi, Matt from Sacramento. Thank you for your obvious hard work on your videos. Thank you so much for saying so. I appreciate that. It is nice to be recognized for that, for sure. Underscore just says The Ring, the movie. There we go. Braden's all up on that. He's basically up living in them in Edmonton. Hang on a second. Here we go. Look at this. Let's share this. I don't know. Did I share this last time? Braden sent me this. I meant to put it in a vlog and I didn't because I was taking like downtime. But Braden sent me like a care package. Braden's one of my he's in the chat right now, and he's also one of my Patreon supporters. He sent me this care package of stuff, and there was a bunch in it. There was a bunch of cat treats. I won't hold it against you. A bunch of candy, which I love. Send more, please. But also this. effing knife. So cool. Yes, thank you, Braden. I appreciate weaponry when it's hidden amongst candy. Very cool. Oh my god, don't hurt yourself. Yeah, my buddy Mike actually just got deployed up to those wildfires. So there's still issues to be had for sure, but he's an RCMP officer and he just left today from basically Calgary to go up there and assist. Yeah, thanks again, Drayden. 10 days until he loses a finger or toe. Please. I got knives everywhere, Kevin, and I've never I cut myself once. Twice. Shut up. Concealed candy knife, 110%. I like his car. Oh, you're talking about the Camaro vlog? Yeah. We have people, even the Australians are helping out. Wow. You have shitty knives everywhere. I beg to differ, Kevin. The knife that my brother got me is not a shitty knife. This is a Benchmade, and this is a quality blade, sir. Drink your coffee and sit down and shut up. Nobody asked you. Leave that right there until later when mistakes are made. God! That's a lie, because I also have this one over here. This is Spyderco. This is another good quality knife. Get yourself one of these. Great little pocket. It's a great little EDC. Nailed it. Knife. Woo! The other ones are cheap, I'll give you that, but sometimes you gotta have cheap knives because sometimes you just need a bullshit tool. Spyderco are meh. Drink a coffee. Kevin's so bougie in his 2022 van. Shut up. Wife used to be a cop. Was given several knives back in the day. Well, all right then. Oh, I know, right? Jolene, you're 110% right. Because like as many knives as I have, my Leatherman is my go-to. It's got a knife on it. It cuts shit. What more do you need a knife to do? This is I in my next vlog, I go in like my dad and I went into town and I looked and I found out that this is the Signal, the Leatherman Signal, and I found out it's available in teal. Oddly enough, I saw it in the store. I pulled this one out and compared, and I was like, "How big is yours?" I didn't do that, but it was cool to see. But yeah, the Leathermans, like that's my go-to. As many knives as I have flying around, lucky, and they're great to have. Yes, sir. 110%. What's in my pockets? My wallet, I think. Hang on. It's a great question. You ever used to play that game? Yeah, I got this wallet. Boom! Got my wallet with some cashish on it. Actually, this is mostly my little girl's birthday money. I haven't figured out what to do with it yet because I don't trust the banks and I don't. But it is what it is. What's in this one? Nothing. This one's empty. Yeah, that's it. That was the only thing in my wallet. Eli says, doing pretty good. I'm hanging out with you or already trying, drinking pretty fast. Oh, there you go. Hands in my pocket. Yukon, calm down. If you're going to put hands in pockets, they better be in mine. You better come up here now. No, you can't drive? Well, that's on you, mother effer. Kevin's always comparing. Mine is better. Kevin has an inferiority complex. It's okay. We love him all the same. Yeah, though this one isn't a ridge. I found it in BC. Can you believe that shit? There wasn't anything in it. Everybody calm down. But it's just like it was in the middle of a park in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, what do I do with this? I took it. I'm not even sorry because I've wanted a ridge wallet for a while. It's not a ridge, but it has a maple leaf on it. How Canadian of me. What's bigger, the knife or Dixon collection? Come on! How do I get a necklace like the one you have that you got from your brother's place? You drive to Nakusp, you go into the coffee shop and say, I'd like this one, please. It was God's way to say, you need a good wallet, you punk. Right? That's fair. My wallet's made from old fire hose. Why does this feel like the world's worst pissing contest right now? What is that the link to, Kevin? Although Ridge just released their first leather bound wallet, which I thought was kind of cool. What kind of laptop do you have? Windows 10 or 11? Tina's the outsider. I'm going to blow your mind right now. But I don't have garbage. I have a MacBook. My previous computer had Windows 11 on it. I wasn't a fan. Plus, the computer crapped out because it was a PC, as they do. Garbage. So I went back to MacBook. It's a MacBook Pro. It's the 2022 model. With the M2 chip. I should have just gone with like an Air M1, but it's the only way to go if you want to do video editing. Macs do not suck. The Yukon Sunshine, she's always pushing that Q-tip in too hard. You want to do video editing, get a MacBook. They're built for that kind of stuff. You want to play a lot of video games and do nothing else, get a PC. Yeah, Mac's the only way to go. Macs, they got the best virus protection. They also don't fail after like a day. And it's just, it's quality. You get they're expensive, but you get what you pay for. And it's just like, I don't have time to mess around. I've had 4 PCs just fail on me for no reason. Oh, that's that time. Oh, it's 4 months. I'm done. Go buy another one. You want to talk about planned obsolescence? We think Apple's bad. Sure, they're as bad as any other company. PCs are worse. My God. Go get you a rug. Why? I don't want to play Republic of Gaming. Shut up. You need to edit a video for YouTube. Calm down. Well, obviously, I want a Mac, Kevin, so FCP, obviously. Adobe's just as good, but Adobe has a bullshit plan right now. Oh, pay monthly, work off the cloud. What? No, I don't want to do that. That's nonsense. So, FCP. I also find like here's the thing. You want to make like movies? Go with Adobe. Like get Adobe Premiere Pro. You're gonna make movies for Hollywood. Right? I mean, you just get, but whatever. But it is. I think there's so much you can do more in Adobe, especially with the integration with like After Effects and stuff. But for what like I'm doing on YouTube, no. FCP has not failed me. Am I having the audio not importing with the video issue? No. The only issue that I'm having, and I'm claiming I don't know if it is, but I'm playing it off on the M2 chip. Is when because I airdrop, right? I film on my iPhone and I've got a Mac and it's super simple. With a frickin' you film on an iPhone, you got a PC, you got to download a second software and you got to drag files and no, you just airdrop from an iPhone to a Mac. But what I have noticed is if you try to airdrop everything or more than a certain amount of videos, it crashes the computer. The computer just goes pink screen of death, which I don't know, I guess Apple's more woke than Microsoft. But it just crashes and it just reboots the computer. And I'm like, what? And so like I cannot like airdrop more than 13 video files at a time. Super annoying, but not enough to make me be like, I don't like the rest of everything else it does. Yeah, that's weird that you're losing your audio though. I don't know. I've never had that happen. I always have my my audio. No, blame the Yukon Sunshine. She's kind of a brat. In need of a spanking, most likely. I'm a PC gamer. I played Alan Wake, and I can run Crisis. It's Crisis! Okay. Well, you and Amber would probably get along. She likes to play a lot of those bullshit PC games. I like to be outside and enjoying nature. I don't want to play video games. Pass me my Switch. Imagine playing Rust with Amber. I play that game every day. It's called Regina. That's Rust. No, Ashley Lamborghini was here earlier, Jason. She's hanging out with her boyfriend or whatever. Just kidding. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is. Ugh. I'm so not enjoying it, but I'm going to play it because it's Zelda. Although, why? This is the point I'm at with games. It's like, no, if I don't like it, why play it? That's a good point. Maybe I should take my own advice. God, everybody's sucking the big D on Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, no, It's Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Shut up. It's so annoying. And it's the same game. It's obnoxious, Braden. It's literally like I did that one little clip because I know a lot of my audience is interested in that. But in that when the smoke rolled in vlog where I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, Legend of Zelda Walking Simulator. That's the game. You're just walking around picking up rocks. Talk about like I get games just being like, oh, here, just go do your own thing. Breath of the Wild nailed that. This game is nonsense. It's just so like you just go do it, figure it out on your bloody own. Oh, by the way, there's a map above you and a map below you, just as effing big, but no, frick. And it's the same map. Yeah, the sky and the underworld are new, blah. And Hyrule has been changed by the upheaval. No, it's the same bloody map. You want to know why Majora's Mask was so good? It was basically an Ocarina of Time clone, but only because it ran off the same engine. It was a new map. It's bullshit. Whatever. I haven't played Hot Wheels Unlimited yet. You told me that was for when I was recovering from surgery camp, so I haven't booted it up yet. Nancy Mom Fam, hello, how you doing? Welcome to Live Chat. Yeah, Stardew Valley, exactly. I much rather play Stardew Valley. Yeah, I used to be the guy that had to collect everything. Like I love like the Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2, so Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and Mario 64 and all that stuff, those collectathon games. I used to love those. I don't have time for that shit anymore. I'm running around in Tears of the Kingdom and there's stupid little leaf men you gotta find, these Koroks, just like Breath of the Wild. Please let me pay you $90 to do the same thing over and over again. Anyway, they're in there. I'm not going to pick up every rock to see if there's a leaf man underneath it. Nancy, video game lingo I don't understand. Yep, you don't need to. It's nonsense. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was way better. That was like a perfect game. And literally, people are just like, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, 10 out of 10. So good. I can make a rotisserie out of the Koroks. Get out of here. I went into one of those stupid temples where it's like, you need to build a car to solve this. Bye-bye. Nope, not doing this shit. Skyrim and Fallout 4 were great. Those are fun games. Those are perfect examples of open world, do whatever you want games without bullshit. Matt, what would you say that someone wanting to start van life should do first? Buy a van. Sorry, Jolene. I mean, if you're talking about like buy the van. If you're talking about your build, depending on where you live, your insulation. That's well, I was gonna say that's what I started with, but technically I started with maintenance, but I'm just gonna like assume that's already taken care of. Figure out your insulation needs. That's the one thing I hear about the most. Like I met somebody tonight. He was this guy in a Jeep Wrangler. I don't know if he lives in it or not, but I told him that I did the winters here in Calgary, and his eyes got so large. He's like, "What? You survived that?" And I'm just like, I say it without batting an eye because I'm like, yeah, I lived here my whole life. I knew what the temperatures were going to be, and I insulated my van and got a heater, and that's it. Like he is so comfortable in the dead of winter. That's what I think is most important. Figure out your insulation needs because it's going to change based on where you are going to like primarily be. D-Bro, he's doing good. Thanks for asking. Hopefully he makes an appearance this camping season. See, Sarah Rose is preaching that Chrome aspect, the whole just go be in it, just live in it, sleep in it, put a mattress down. And I get that. And it's like, and it makes a lot of sense to me to a certain extent. Like, go out, get your rig, live in it, and feel out the space. Where do I want shit? And to a certain extent, I get that. Because there's certain facets of my van build that I would probably do differently if I had done that. But I'm more of a believer in, because this is what I lived through. I didn't have the luxury of doing that. I was facing down the winter in Alberta. It was coming. If I didn't get my poop in a group and figure my shit out, I would have froze to death. So I didn't have that luxury. My parents were leaving. I didn't have the luxury of taking time, right? Not everybody will. So that's why well beforehand, I had done floor plans and figured shit out. I was in my apartment. I was measuring out the space. I was looking up the Chevy Express and the Ford E-Series, the Econolines online. I was getting the dimensions and I was measuring out and then taping in my living room because, I mean, there was no furniture in the house because I was abandoned. I wasn't abandoned. I'm just kidding. But I was taping out that space and I was sitting in it and I was feeling it. So I guess to a certain extent, I did that. I was just doing it in my apartment. So by the time came that I got the van, I'm like, hit the ground running. Let's go. Fix it, insulate it, build the shit, and go. The whole be in it and experience, I didn't have that luxury. Some people absolutely will. So do that if you can, if you're afforded to do that, I guess. But if you know you're going to be like effed in a certain amount of time, nose to the grindstone and do the work. Especially if you don't have anywhere else to live, right? What's my next major repair or upgrade? The next major repair will be my U-joints and my rear output seal. I don't know if I'll do it myself, though. Lucky's the extended wheelbase. So my drive shaft actually has 3 U-joints, right? It's one drive shaft and then a second drive shaft. And those kind of have to be done together. There's no point in, like, let's say, doing the output seal and not doing the U-joints because the drive shaft has to come out for both of those jobs. So I may just take Lucky to a garage and get those done. Plus, I don't know that I really want to F around with U-joints. Like, you can do them. It's not that hard, but as by yourself at U-wrench, it would be very hard, especially with that long of a drive shaft. Like, nope. Oh, the Division games were fun. Byron and I had a bunch of fun with the Division. Not so much Division 2. We just didn't really play it that much. But Division 1, going to the dark zones and shit. So much fun. Your side streets in the industrial area, Sarah Rose. That's about it. You find an industrial area where there's not a lot of people and just stay there and then leave early in the morning. You could probably get away with it. I haven't done it that much, honestly. I don't know if you can say at Costco. I've never done it. I've heard, well, actually, somebody told me you could do it on Sundays at the new one that's like out south by the reserve. They was like, they got away with staying at the Costco out there. Maybe. But anyways, everybody start saying your goodbyes. 3 hours, 21 minutes, and it's Friday. I'm hungry. I'm going to go stuff a Chipotle BB Quay burger in my face hole before McDonald's closes. So I will say thank you all for being here. It was a very fun live stream. I appreciate it. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the vlogs. As I mentioned earlier, I will probably just kind of ease off on the vlogs this weekend. Maybe something on Sunday, definitely something on Monday. Just trying to make sure I'm staying as sane as possible. So thank you for watching this live stream. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. If you think you're subscribed, maybe double check because there's definitely some shenanigans going on. Until the next one, everybody, let's go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourself. Most importantly, be positive. Remember, only dead fish go with the flow. I'll see y'all in the next one.